Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Rise of Tiamat. We will do a quick recap as usual, and then we will get underway with our campaign. So team, you'll likely recall when we picked up last week, you guys were in this circular chamber that had these holes sort of dug into the ground of the room here. And you guys had just gone through a battle, closed the door, kind of put some bodies against it to try to blockade it. And then I think set some other stuff there to like it would make noise if the door would open. And then discussed amongst yourselves how to proceed. You noticed that there was other exits from here. Eventually you guys made your way east and traveled down that way. Eventually found that the hallway was trapped. There was an arch painted on the south wall. Noticed that during this time the doors were opened as those opponents that you guys had fought and then sealed the doors decided to re-engage you in combat. So this large snake-like creature pushed into the room. Other snake humanoids were shooting arrows from a distance. From the other side, the north side, you had some lizard folk join the fray as they opened the door and pushed on in. Eventually, you guys managed to defeat most of them. One of them started fleeing. Gale gave chase, and I think there was someone else out there giving chase. I think it was Rasmus with his very high speed giving chase as well. Eventually, that individual made his way into what turned out to be the main chamber. As you guys kind of came around the corner, you spotted another one of these large snake creatures, and it seemed to have its blade down low to a body on the ground's throat. After looking in that direction and really seeing what you're seeing there amongst everything else in this big room, you realize this figure was a dwarf and very likely Verum, the white worm speaker that you were here searching for. You guys then got engaged in some negotiations with the snake folk in this room, with that large snake creature seeming to act sort of as like the leader, and explained that they would essentially hand you over Verum and let you leave the complex unscathed, but in return they wanted you to go back and kill the Mummy Lord. So you guys had this information in hand. You made your way back to the room that you were in previously and decided to bind your wounds, taking a short rest as you discussed your options. During this time, one of the doors in the hallway opened. Kurtu managed to be out there and sort of watching. He spotted this woman who seemed to have a little bit of an off presence to her, perhaps, seeming like her skin and this sort of aura about her was a bit reptilian, you may say. She made her way down to the main room, eventually came back. I believe Kurtu tried to speak with her, and she sort of looked at him, but otherwise did not engage him in conversation, went back into this room. During this time, as Kurtu kind of was just glancing in that way, he saw what looked like a small laboratory. There was this large table with a chair behind it, and I'm not sure if he quite made out all what was in there, but there was also a large tank that seemed to contain some type of biological specimen inside of it. Eventually, the group decided that they would agree in negotiations to take out the Mummy Lord. So they headed back up to where the Mummy Lord was, but decided to speak with the Mummy Lord as they had before and try to convince him to side with them and either help them defeat the snake folk or some other way aid them in their goal of capturing or taking possession of Verum. At first it was a bit challenging as Diderus did not seem to be interested in parlaying with the group or maybe doing anything more to help, as the secret door that he had previously opened and giving aid to the party sort of just wiggled, and the party understood this to mean that this was all the help Diderus was going to give. But Rasmus gave this very impassioned speech and happened to roll a 30 persuasion check, and that's when Diderus decided, okay, maybe he could do a little bit more. At which point in time, the four other mummies broke forth from that room. They were hidden behind these soft sort of plaster type constructions that were in the corner of each room, at which point the Harmony was very disappointed as she had searched that room, looking around for anything out of the ordinary, but hadn't discovered these things, so was a bit surprised to see them break out of the corners of the room. Those mummies then went to the south into the much larger room where the pool was and sort of obscured their presence on the sides of the wall. Diderus didn't explain much of what he was doing here other than to say, send them here as proof, essentially. So the team took this to mean that when the snake folk came back, they would be under the impression that the team was able to defeat the Mummy Lord, and that they had upheld their part of the bargain, and then hand over Vera. The team made their way back down to the major chamber with all the snake folk. Notice that there was a lot of snake folk here, both the ones that were already there, and then during the rest they had taken, they had spotted this patrol coming down the hallway that seemed to join the main group. The team then let the lead snake folk know that they had defeated the Mummy Lord, though in that interim time, looking at one another, they didn't look particularly beat up, so decided to try to ruffle their presence, and there was some talk of punching each other a bit to make it look like they were hurt. And speaking with the snake folk leader spoke in a language that most of the team didn't understand, and Spectre was too far away to really hear. And eventually one of the snake folk made his way out into the hallway, up towards that laboratory area, collected that woman and spoke to her, letting her know, again, Spectre was the only one to hear this, as the snake folk spoke to her and said, Doctor, that was the title he gave to her, and essentially said, they want you to go up there and ascertain the truth if the Mummy Lord's dead. This woman then made her way up to the top. Some of the group members followed close behind, but it was Gale and Rasmus. Getting back into the room, Gale then noticed that the sarcophagus where Diderus lay was actually slightly ajar, as though Diderus himself had opened it perhaps. Once inside this room, the woman sort of did a 360 around the room, just checking out the different areas of it, looking around it, eventually came back and closed the secret door, and then with only Gale in the room now, confronted him and said, do you really think this is going to trick them? Do you really think this is going to work? And Gale pretty much just laid his cards on the table and was like, yeah, I do think it's going to work. It's totally going to work. And this perhaps maybe surprised her, as she was expecting more deception or some other kind of ploy here. So this woman decided to go along with this ploy, and she just said, let me get out of here first, essentially, before anything too crazy happens. So she made her way back down while the rest of the group was sort of waiting. She came back into the big room, told the Snake Man something, again in that quiet language from a distance. Hard to say exactly what she said, but this seemed to appease the snake folk, at which point in time the big Snake Man, handed over the dwarf to the doctor. She grabbed the doctor by one arm and seemed to drag him along effortlessly, as the team was surprised to notice that she seemed to possess much greater strength than her appearance would seem to indicate. She then brought the dwarf back to the team and essentially handed him off, and then she made her way back up. One of the snake folk was kind of coming back down the other way, passed back to the big room. Long story short, she seemed to exit in front of the team, at which point in time the team then went very quickly to try to exit out of the tomb. As they made their way out, they spotted all the mummies in the room just before Diderus' sarcophagus, headed back into the room with the bearded devils, with Spectre very much on edge. The bearded devils didn't seem to be interested in anybody in the team besides Spectre, and just watched her very closely. Team then made their way back past the trapped area, being very carefully to pass over that area, got back to the main room, walked through the statues, making sure not to look at the statues, and got to the outside. Once most of the team members were on the ground outside of the tomb, I think only Kurtu may have still been up the ladder. The ground started to shake around the team, and the team wasn't really sure what was happening here. Hugo quickly climbed a statue. Some of the other team members, one or two, climbed back up the ladder. Eventually, a very large boulé, this large land shark type creature, burst forth from the sandy ground and leapt into the team members still there, smashing down, doing some significant damage, and scattering them a bit as it knocked them prone. It then also took a bite at one of the team members, doing some very significant damage from its massive jaws. While this seemed to be a very bad combat, Kurtu was able to pull out a very clutch polymorph spell and turn the land shark into a simple turtle, which ended that combat fairly quickly. So the team then quickly gathered their wits, and Hugo decided to take the turtle and place him inside the tomb and just sort of aim him that way and shush him in that direction. And it seemed as though he did just that. And while the team then got out of there, finding, unfortunately, that Hugo's horse had been torn to bits. There was basically nothing left of the horse except for some blood in that area. So noticing that, the team then made their way away from the tomb, down through the hills, and tried to find their way back to their wagon, which they had stashed in a very secure location thanks to a great roll by Harmony. As the team was making their way back, they noticed that rain started picking up pretty significantly, so much so that these areas that have these sort of valleys or ditches started quickly collecting the water, turning it into several rivulets in the area. The team made their way down as best they could, going through the soggy terrain, at which point in time during the night, as they were traveling, not dead of night, but darkness had certainly fallen upon the land. It was very early at that point in time of true darkness when the team started hearing the sounds of growling around them, and that is where we ended the session, of course, where we'll pick up. So that is our recap. Is there anything I missed there that anybody would like to add?
That was too good of a recap.
Yeah, very studious, Adam.
Had me thinking, what did he miss?
Uh-oh, made it harder for you guys to get
Well,
those
Brian.
points.
I do have one thing that I want to mention, that when we got attacked by the boulette, I didn't realize until now how French that was, but when we got attacked by the boulette, Rasmus was able, because he was Baby Bjorn and Verum, he was able to completely dodge the effects of the attack, although he was pinned underneath the boulette, so he didn't take any damage, but because he didn't take any damage from that, other than the half damage or quarter damage or whatever, he was able to, on the next turn, get close to the team, and we were able to administer a healing potion to Verum. So he's alive, but then we immediately knocked him back unconscious.
Yes, good addition. Go ahead and take a inspiration for that, because yes, indeed, Verum was unconscious when you guys collected him from the snake folk, and with that smash from the boulet, wounding everybody that it landed on. Unfortunately, Verum, of course, didn't have the same abilities that Rasmus does, but yes, you guys managed to administer some aid to him and then quickly knock him back out.
Brian should know something the rest of us don't.
Uh-oh, helpful pointer.
I given up already. I was like, I don't remember anything. What did I miss?
What did the woman show you while you were alone in the room?
Oh,
before?
yeah, she did ask me. Hey, yeah, J-Dog. She asked me, did you see a black jar in there? And that seemed to be very important to her, right? That's what we're talking about? Inside the crypt.
No, but I forgot about that one.
She did say that, but I don't know if that alone is necessarily worth inspiration. Anything else you want to add to it? And if not, no pressure. Don't feel like you have to come up with something.
No,
It was a beautiful jar.
No, go ahead, Jordan. What are you thinking?
Well, Spectre doesn't know it. When Jordan already has inspiration, so I was giving you the opportunity to,
What did she show me? Gosh.
I don't even know if it's inspiration worthy, honestly, because it kind of ties into what Adam was saying about how she was freakishly strong, but...
No, I'd give inspiration for that, because I specifically left that out, that detail.
You have 5 seconds, Brian.
Nope, I don't. I got nothing.
So I watched the VOD because I was very curious about what happened there, and she has I think that's actually like a Simic Biomancer art that you pulled from Magic, but
That
she's got
is.
she's got a freakish magic arm thing that distorts and has some crazy magical power. I only watched the VOD for 15 seconds to figure out what was going on, but she was definitely more than she was letting on for us.
Feel free to award inspiration to the player of your choice there, Jordan.
Who doesn't have inspiration right now?
I don't.
Go ahead, Brian. You
Okay.
tried your best.
And I don't know that will necessarily matter or not, but yes, that character was indeed a Simic hybrid. So you guys might be familiar with those individuals, but they are a group of scientists, essentially, that know how to mix magic and science to make alterations to biology. And what she did in extending her arm and turning it into this bluish color and grasping on is part of that nature. So yes, a very good addition there. All right, if there's nothing else, we will go ahead and pick up where we left off, which is right in the thick of things here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get you guys over to the map.
I just want to say nothing inspiration worthy, but I had like a shower thought like 30 minutes after the session that Spectre wanted to pick up the turtle and like huck it into the devil's room like a grenade and run away and flip them off.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
we did put the turtle back up.
Yeah,
on,
we were edging him that way, but I don't know how
Yeah.
far he got.
we climbed him up the ladder.
It was devastating.
That's
All
right. We got a
right.
badger. That was a shift, a wild shape.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Because I'm noticing the rain on my screen, but I wasn't seeing it on the recording screen.
I'm seeing the rain, and I'm also seeing like giant gray boxes.
You guys
Like,
are seeing the
flashing
rain
in
right
and
now?
out.
Yep, I'm seeing
Yep.
the rain, and I saw the boxes too.
Okay, I am
Very
not seeing the
strange.
rain. I see like a mist in just where that gray box was, but that's it.
I'm just going to check real quick and make sure I didn't somehow turn off animations on our recording thing here. I did
The
not.
boxes were kind of flashing in and out, and now they're gone. And I see the mist that Brian was talking about.
Very weird indeed. Okay, well, I guess we'll just see how that goes. So here's where we'll pick up as you guys hear the sound of this growling here, and I'm going to throw you guys into turn order. Rasmus, you're currently holding on to Verum, or did you pass him over to somebody else?
No, I believe Rasmus is still carrying him, right? Or did I give him to Gale? Because it would be either me or Gale, but he's beside me on the map here, so I'm assuming I still have it.
No, I think you still have him because you can baby Bjorn and jump and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I can still fight without my hands if I need to.
Harmony, is your computer working?
All right, we've got the Giant Badgers initiative. Okay, looks like we are good.
She rolled disadvantage there, Adam. Did you see it?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I see a
Perfect.
5 there, and that's what we've got, so it should be all set. Okay.
I'm still wild shaped.
You are, yes. Remember when you guys were making your way down here, I said you would only have like 10 minutes left on it or so if you wanted to remain or change. You said, oh, I'll just remain in it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so at the top of the round here, as you guys are moving through, you again see this sort of mist, this rain that's coming down. It's all very soggy on the ground, making your walking a bit treacherous here. The actual waterways, you can think of those as being difficult terrain. Same as if you try to pass like one of these larger rocks, same kind of deal. But right now, at least, the area that's not true water will still be normal, not difficult terrain. Looking at you guys' tokens right now, I'm showing that Rasmus is carrying a torch. I know Hugo usually has a light spell, so you guys are certainly lit up, as we can see on the map there. So, from where you guys are at, you hear this growling sound that seems to emanate or sort of echo around you. And then right after that, you hear the twin plinging sounds of a bowstring in the distance. And Hugo is fired at a couple of times here.
See what happens when you're not here?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Hugo manages to evade the first shot as he sees this arrow coming in just at the last moment, spots it, gives out a little bit of a yip sound as he turns, but unfortunately the second arrow then does indeed connect against him. He's going to suffer 5 points of piercing damage. And then he will have to make a Constitution saving throw. and he will easily succeed on that, so he does not suffer any additional effects. Okay.
Could we see the direction the arrow flew in, Adam?
Yes, the southeast.
Thank you.
And we're back to true north, right?
We are, yes. Okay, after that, as that growling continues, you're going to notice some movement from your northeast at this point. Kurtu, you notice coming from out of the shadows this large cat-like creature with tentacles coming off of its back. It seems as though two of them are right on top of each other as they rush in here towards you. And Kurtu, you notice those tentacles on the back of the cat slap forward in your direction. I'll need you to give me 2 defense rolls, please.
24, Adam. That's a 24.
Unfortunately, both of these will manage to connect against you, and you will take 8 and 11 for a total of 19 points of damage against Kurtu. Okay, next to act is Spectre.
Okay, so we said that it's nighttime, but we've got obviously light around us, right?
Yes, Rasmus is currently holding onto a torch as he has Verum Baby Bjorn, and that is what's giving off the immediate light plus the additional dim light.
Okay, so just so I understand this is the edge of the light and everything beyond it is darkness?
So what I'm showing on my screen is if you have a torchlight goes to like here, and then the additional dim light would go out to about this far.
Okay. Can I...
So essentially, if you're wanting to know if you're in the light, take an arrow from your token to where Rasmus or Hugo are. If you're 45 feet or more away from them, then you're not in the light.
Okay. And talk to me about like elevation here. Like I see this rock here. Does this go down like super far? Like if I went down, okay, so if I went like over here, I wouldn't be able to see up to shoot this thing.
It's not super far, but yes, you would not be able to shoot from here to here because this is like a rocky outcropping, you can think of it as. So the drop from here to here is probably 15 feet. And same with this one down here.
And this way is more of a gentle incline?
Correct. Or decline, yes. So you're in a bit of an elevated position right now, and yes, the ground runs sort of down in a southwesterly direction.
All right. Well, this might be tricky. So, draw a line real quick. Could get there, but I'd be shooting through a lot of people. At least 2. I don't want to go the other way because I don't know how many are behind them. When we said there was growling, did we hear it like all around us, or are we getting an impression that they're all coming from like the eastern side here?
If you want to make an active perception check, I can give you more precise information. On just a passive, no action needed, I would say they're definitely coming in more than one direction, but you can't say precisely where or how many directions.
Alright, then Spectre probably thinks that the best thing to do is stay with the group for now, because she doesn't want to run off and get dogpiled if she doesn't know where the forces are. So I will just... I guess I would have my bow in my hand. I think that was what I put on the sheet, so that's what I have.
I mean, so that's if you say that's the case, that's completely fine. Now keep in mind, you have been traveling for like 40 minutes, so When
Yeah.
you're traveling, do you keep your bow in hand at all times? If so, then sure, you might get a little bit tired, but that's up to you to decide if that's how you would typically travel.
I mean, probably. We've got a mission critical NPC with us, so she
Okay,
would be
fair
on the
enough.
lookout for danger. So I don't want to run ahead and like shoot that guy. So I guess I will move to a position where I get a cleaner shot on this guy. So this foggy effect, does this do anything, or is this just not supposed to be here? Or what?
It's sort of, no, it's supposed to be there. Think of this as almost like a strange mist coming off of the ground. It's not super thick, it doesn't cause obscurement or anything. It's strictly a visual phenomenon.
Gotcha. I don't know how I feel about standing in that, though, so I will go 5, 10, 15, and now I will make my 3 Dread Ambusher shots at the creature that I can see.
Okay.
Gonna be tricky, because Jordan knows what this is.
Yes,
but
you
we're
see
gonna
2
try.
of them stacked on top of each other. Hard to know which one to aim at.
I just aim at the middle and hope for the best, So, shot 1.
Shot 1 manages to connect. As your arrow punctures into the creature, you notice suddenly there are not 2, there is only 1.
Okay, so 12.
Okay.
And then second shot.
Will also hit.
For a 9. Third shot, do I have hero points left? I do, so I will spend a hero point on the third shot to try to guarantee it. Which one? This one. So we're gonna add 9 to this.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. So another 7 plus the 1d8 for another 6. And then I moved 20 feet here, so I'm going to use the rest of my movement to duck around this hill and try to get a little cover from the archers on the other side, trying to shield myself from those. So 5, 10, 15, and 25-ish. I have 50 feet of movement, so I'm pretty sure I can get here.
Okay,
Sound good?
that works for me.
Go.
Oh, hello, beastie. You're gonna before my turn, Adam.
No, I was double checking, but no, it is your turn, Galen.
You look like you are willing to die. So with that, I'll give my bonus action second win.
Nice.
Our beastie roll up to there, and then I'm going to try to attack him with my sword. So hero point first.
Yes, that will connect.
And then I'm going to do a menacing on this.
He will not be affected by the menacing. But your blade carves into the creature's flesh nonetheless.
Do I see 2 of them or just 1 now?
You just see 1.
Okay, good. Okay, regular attack.
Critical hit, potentially. Go ahead and roll that. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay,
That's a
both
good one.
damage. We'll take that true crit damage. Okay, so that's going to be 14 plus 2 is 16. And then you cut a significant cut into the creature's body, and you can see it pouring blood out, or preparing to, maybe.
Excellent. Action surge.
Let's
Forward
see.
attack.
Did you? That one doesn't show me that you burnt a usage there.
I hit it in the box. I have 1 left.
All right. Go
We-
ahead and
yeah,
just
we didn't-
deduct that one for me.
Yeah, I hit the inside the box in the middle of the thing.
Yeah, he should have one because we short rested before the potential Mummy Lord fight, and then we didn't fight, and then the Bule got.
I see.
The first turn.
I see in the chat, Adam, it says 0 action surges left.
No, when it actually says the usages, it will say usages left. The 0 is unfortunately because there has to be a damage there for it to work. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no worries. I'm sure I agree that he would have one. So as long as you deducted it, Brian, you're all set.
Yeah. All right. Copy that. So that's my. I'm going to use it to attack. So there's my third attack.
That'll hit. The creature is looking very badly hurt, bleeding from multiple wounds at this point here.
Get his ass, Gale.
Also hit.
Yeah. No.
The creature is badly wounded but still alive.
It'll bleed to death on its next turn. No worries.
Oh, look, I have another action surge left. Okay. That'll be my turn.
All right.
Hugo, why don't you grab Verum and go hide behind that hill with Spectre? Get him out of range of these arrows.
I feel like Hugo would really say F off or something, but okay, he'll do that. So he'll go over here, use an action to grab onto Verum, and then move slowly towards the other side.
Perfect. And I figured that will help you not have somebody
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Clever. Now they're
All right.
Now they're gonna body block for me. Excellent move, Rasmus. I approve.
Alright, I gotta use a hero point on this one.
And you're attacking, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the kitty.
Okay, you line up a shot at the kitty. With your +3, that will hit. And yes, the kitty is burnt to a crisp.
And I'm gonna yell,
Please stop shooting at us. We didn't mean to hurt your kitty cat.
As the fire
mean it.
leaves your hand and the scent of burnt hair fills the air.
hey, hold on, I can solve that. Hold on, let me see what I roll here.
Kills the cat and then goes, sorry, didn't mean to.
I mean, it's self-defense, right? He literally
No, I get
was
it.
coming right at us.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn right there.
Okay, before Rasmus's turn, Spectre, you notice coming from the darkness to your northwest now. A second kitty, which rushes up past this bush, past this rock, leaps down, and you notice once again this odd effect as though two of them are stacked together. As it gets up to this location, it is going to attack you twice. I'll need 2 defensive rolls.
1 and 2.
Yes, you managed to evade both sets of tentacles, weaving in and out of the attack. Rasmus.
Okay, Rasmus looks over his shoulder and sees that new cat emerge and take some strikes, and he was like, well, I just saw all of them kick that other cat's ass. So I'm gonna try to move this way, using my light source to see if I can track down this archer. It's 15, 20, 25. Still don't see him. I'm gonna come down here, at 30. Still don't see him. Don't see the archer!
Why are you running away from the battle?
Trying to find the archer. Southeast, right?
Oh, he said southwest. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this archer anywhere. So for now, Adam, I'm gonna hold my action to dash, and I'm gonna dash towards the archer if I see him. I'm just gonna close the gap.
Okay, up next is the giant badger.
So, I believe the badger is supposed to have 30 feet of dark vision, but I don't have that on the map, so I can't see.
Oh, let me fix that for you. vision is on. You are correct. No night vision. Let me give you that 30 feet. Okay, should be all set.
Thanks. And my understanding, if I'm reading this correctly, is that the badger should still have mobile because it doesn't conflict with the rules of wild shape?
Correct, yes, because it is a feat that you take and it can apply to the animal form, it would apply, yes.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna charge the new cat.
Well, that's a brave badger.
Okay, so just keep in mind here, Badger, if you go from this space to this space, this is a 15-foot drop. Is that what you'd like to do?
Whoa, that sounds high.
Yes, you would be taking 1d6 points of damage and perhaps falling prone.
No. If it on the other side of Spectre, is that more of a gentle slope?
Yes, yep, so you could do like...
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, sure, so you spent 35 feet of movement to get next to Spectre, then feel free to move your token there.
Now I'm gonna try out this multi-attack.
Okay, the giant badger bites out at the cat, manages to hit it, and once again you notice this sort of snap as there is no longer two creatures, but just one. Go ahead and post damage, and as a reminder, just click on the word attack there in chat and it will post the damage for you. Okay, the cat is bit and wounded. The badger follows up with its claws, trying to hit, but this time the cat manages to evade.
And for hero points, I need to announce that beforehand, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm gonna use my last 5 feet to back up.
Okay, before the top of the round, Spectre, you will notice as another kitty cat launches over the rock, getting to this location. Once it does so, perching over this rock, lands down, sees the tasty-looking badger there, and is going to make a couple of attacks at the badger. Badger, go ahead and give me a defense roll. As a reminder, because you're in wild shape, with your token selected, you should see an option for NPC defense roll. Go ahead and give that a click, and that'll post the appropriate defense roll for the badger. Okay. Alright, so the first attack will hit, and go ahead and post me a second one.
Can I use hero points for that one?
Defense rolls? I don't think so. Let me double check our rules here real quick.
We've been doing it that way, but it only applies to one.
Reaction. You burn your reaction. Same as the saving throw, I think is what we decided on.
Okay, yeah, we can go with that. So yes, if you want to use it on your second attack against you, then go ahead and burn one of your hero points from your Harmony sheet, and we will apply that to the badger's defense roll.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Okay, excellent. So we will add 5 to this defense roll now for the badger. That makes it a 15 that the badger rolled. Unfortunately, the cat is still going to hit. So this is 2 attacks that connect against the badger. For a total of 24 points of damage. As the badger only has 18, this will knock you out of badger form and then make you revert to your other form and suffer the carryover damage of 6 points of damage to Harmony. Because you're in initiative as the giant badger, I'm just going to set the HP for the badger to 0. And I'm going to move the badger here, remove its vision, and then bring back the Harmony token. And I'll ask you to just remove 6 HP from Harmony, and that is that cat's turn. And then finally, Gale, you will notice another cat coming from your northeast.
Good grief!
It is going to rush up, getting next to its fallen ally, at which point it launches 2 attacks against you, Gale.
Great.
2 defense rolls, please.
Oof.
The first one connects. But you evade the second one, so you will suffer 13 total points of damage there. Okay, then we move to the top of the round. Rasmus, you are shot twice. You see these arrows. I'm going to whisper which direction because nobody else will see this.
Okie dokie. Oh, whisper function don't you be used too often. Got it, thank you.
And I'll need 2 defense rolls at disadvantage, please.
Sure thing.
Okay, you will be struck twice this time, Rasmus.
I will burn my reaction instead of using it for my hold action to do a deflect missiles on the first one.
Post deflect missiles for me.
Doesn't say anything about having to see it.
That's what I was
Just-
double checking real quick.
Yeah, I double checked while you said I was surprised. I was like, well, let me read the.
Yeah, no, that looks to me like that works. Okay, so use your deflect missiles attack option, so it will automatically roll the damage. Reduce damage by 6. Okay, so you will only take 5.
Hang on. There's no way it could be by 6 because it would be at least 10 because of my dex modifier and monk level. Right, so
Let
that's
me just
3 and
double
7.
check real quick the macro here. So let's see, we got 1d10 plus your dex mod plus you are what's your monk
7
level?
levels. 7.
Oh, that's only reading it as 6. Okay, looks like that's not working. So just go ahead and roll a 1d10, and we'll just manually add it up. Okay, so
There we go.
1, and you said add how much? 7?
It's 10. So dex is 3 and monk level is 7. So that's 10 plus 1. So that's 11.
Okay, so you will completely avoid the damage from the first attack then, which means you won't need to make that save. The second one, however, will hit you for 12 piercing damage, and then another con save.
Got it. Here we go.
Yes, you managed to succeed on that, suffering no additional effects. Okay, and then we move to Spectre's turn.
Okay. Kind of looks like I need to hold my ground here because Harmony's in bad shape. I really hope the spellcasters can do something here. So I'm gonna drop my bow as a free action. I'm gonna draw the scimitar and the short sword, and then I'm just going to make my 3 attacks at the one with the red dot. Is it still, is it wavering or is it solid
The
again?
red dot indicates that it is not wavering.
Okay, so this is a straight up, these are straight up attacks.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make, by the way, Rasmus ran away. Am I in darkness or does, Hugo have, I don't see an aura around Hugo.
Hugo, I believe, let me just double check. He usually carries light. Right now, he is not. I would say, let's do it this way. Let's say 50-50.
Okay.
And because it's going to affect you, Spectre, go ahead and pick high or low, and then just roll a 1d100.
I will pick, I'm feeling unlucky. I'm going to pick low. Hell yeah.
Okay, so you picked low, which means he doesn't have his light on, so you are currently in darkness.
Yep. So then 3 attacks at, well, maybe 3 attacks at advantage here. Come on, character sheet load for me, please. 1.
That will connect.
Okay, plus sneak, I assume.
Yes, he cannot see you now that you're in darkness.
Okay. So, excellent roll there, Spectre. Second attack with the scimitar again. Should hit. for another 10.
Yep.
And then I have a feeling Hugo's going to want to turn on his light on his turn so that he can do something.
That seems likely since he's currently in pitch black.
So knowing that that's about to happen, I'm going to, instead of making my third attack with the bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point on patient defense. And I will click on that and we'll see if the macro is working again. Use key. Not deflect missiles, I don't even have that. Patient defense.
Okay, so, alright, I know why that's not working. This token is still linked to your old sheet. So let me fix that
would
real
explain
quick.
it.
So this token is linked to your old sheet. Are you clicking from your new sheet?
I am indeed.
Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to drag on the new token for your sheet. And we're just going to do a little swapsies here. Once again, I'm just going to move your token out of the way and remove your vision so that your point in initiative stays. But now everything should work for you.
That's another next turn if I get one.
Sounds good. I assume you just manually deducted that?
I'm about to, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure the script was...
And remind me, which one was that? Patient defense, you said?
Patient defense, so I am currently dodging.
Okay, got it.
And that is my turn.
That's
Okay,
very
deal.
quick turn. So DM, can you please move the dead displacer beast and place the live one so that I know what I'm hitting?
Does that help? Or do you want me to just move the dead one entirely?
Oh, so he has a 10-foot attack reach. Okay.
The tentacles are quite long, yes.
Well, that's fine, because I don't need to reach that far. I will go there, and then I will hero point this, and then I will attack it.
That'll certainly hit. Alright, you... so that was a 21, because you're attacking at disadvantage due to the displacement ability. But yes, that will hit. I'll add the red dot. I will take 15 off his health bar.
Excellent. Then I will swing again, and then yeah,
That'll hit.
then I'm going to try to menace this one. Why am I not so scary anymore?
No, unfortunately the cats are immune. Not really, but they're not. No, they're not very...
Fine, then take an extra oomph.
And okay, there we go.
Wait, I did menacing on that roll. There, I hit 13. I'm sorry, I fucked that up.
No worries.
Actually, it's better.
No worries, I'll take the 13 instead of the 14.
That's my 2 attacks, and then I have a bonus action. Now, I'm just to remind me of my healing potion on my belt. What's the ruling on that? I'm not familiar with that.
Drinking a healing potion is always an action. If it's on your belt, then you can drink it as an action, meaning it's easily and within reach. If it's in your backpack, it takes you a turn to draw it out of your backpack, and then an action to drink it.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool. All right, then we'll find. I have this beastie. Just worry about yourselves, I think.
Okay, and I believe we have Noah. Noah, excellent. Hugo's turn.
Hello.
You're currently in the darkness right now as the light source of Rasmus has run off in the distance. Your team is currently under attack. The growling sounds turned out to be these strange cats with tentacles on the back of them. And also there is an archer somewhere that seems to be shooting at the party. It is your turn.
Okay. I guess as an action then, he will cast light on the shield.
Okay, Spectre called it. Yep, that's what he thought. All right, so we will do... I think we have a macro for you guys for the light, right?
Yep.
All right, feel free to go ahead and click that and turn your light on. Excellent, that's your action. You are also carrying Verum at the moment, as Rasmus asked you to do so, and being not here, you totally agreed with that.
Okay. So as that was my action, I guess I'll be like, oh god, they're right on us! And I will telekinetically shove. Is there one that specifically is attacking Harmony that I'm able to see?
The one to the northwest of Harmony, yes.
Okay, so I'll as a bonus action, telekinetically shove that one away. Or try to.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll a telekinetic push. No, unfortunately, the creature is not moved backwards.
Okay, and I will drag, as my movement, I will drag Verum. I guess since I'm dragging him, it's only like half movement, right? So I'll drag him 15 feet away, down this way.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Now that I see light at him and I see Hugo moving Verum, I'm just gonna shout, "Archers to our west!"
Okay, you shout that out as it is Curfew's turn.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use up some of my last sorcery points. I'm gonna quicken spell. And first I'm going to cast a firebolt, even though I know that my friend up there has, like he said, I've got this one all to myself, but I still want to see if maybe I can be helpful.
Alright, so you're shooting at the one next to Gale?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that firebolt will connect.
Rest of him. Be nice. He's a poor kitty.
I'm going to come down and I'm going to see my poor, I think, elven friend over here, who used to be a badger, who's no longer a badger. I'm going to say,
You know what's bigger than a badger? A T-Rex.
Hell yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, so cast Polymorph on Harmony. Harmony, do you accept the spell?
Yes, Harmony wonders what a T-Rex is and accepts the spell.
Okay, and the DM totally was prepared for that, so it's coming online any moment.
yeah, sorry, I thought since we did it before, I figured
No,
it would be...
no worries.
yeah.
No. Unfortunately, each of these sheets has to be custom to like each player character. So there we go.
I actually almost whispered it to you, hey, it's coming, but I just thought it was easy since it was already done, you know, kind of thing. So I would have given you a heads up, though. I'll think about that next time.
No worries at all. Okay, let's make
I
sure.
will.
Hang on
Yeah,
one
out of-
second. We'll just make sure we've got this all set up properly. Okay, Harmony, you should now have access to a T-Rex sheet. It will be under the summons header. And let's see, let's make sure you've got this set up. And you should have vision as well. So yeah, let me know if you can see.
Out of turn, I will yell to Kurtu, guy over there, by the way. I think that's the bush you were referring to, right?
I can see. Should I try refreshing first?
And let me do one more double check just to make sure that you have access to this token. Oh, I see why. Okay, just fix that.
Do T-Rexes have dark vision?
T-Rexes do not, but the light
But there is a
from Hugo
light,
should
yeah.
give some.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I think technically they have just absolute horrible vision.
That's
But that
only
was
in
at Jurassic Park.
Not actually true.
Yeah, is that true or not?
No, they have
Uh,
binocular vision. A lot of paleontologists think they have like some of the best eyesight of all reptiles.
But if I stop and I don't move, I'm safe, right?
Yeah, that's right. Cover yourself with
Kirby,
gasoline.
So you quicken spell to get a cantrip off, and then your primary action. Anything else on your turn? Okay, we move to this cat's turn. And yeah, this cat, you'll notice that as its turn starts, it is going to attack Spectre twice. So Spectre 2 defense rolls at advantage since you're dodging. Okay, so the
I
second...
hit once, I think.
I'm sorry?
I get hit once.
You
I'm
do,
assuming.
yes, yep.
Yep.
Okay, that second one will hit you for 14 total damage. As the creature ends its turn, you notice...
I don't know what I was concentrating on.
Maybe Hunter's Mark from a while ago. You will notice that wavering effect is recreated as there are seemingly two of them right next to each other. And we move to Rasmus.
Okie dokie. Rasmus is going to make his way over. Still not seeing nobody. Where the hell is this guy at?
Rasmus, that bush.
Oh. Okay, now that I'm close, Adam, can I see anything in the bush?
You cannot.
Okay.
Maybe he ran
Oh.
away afterwards.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna take the torch and just stick it into the bush. Light it on fire.
Okay, it is raining pretty heavily, but you stick your torch into the bush trying to light it on fire. No immediate effect.
Come out! Come out! I'm gonna kick your ass. If you don't surrender, you will die. I don't know if that takes my action to stab the bush with my torch at him. Is that an interact? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you essentially using the torch as like an attack on the bush.
Yep. My roll 20 just like completely went black on me. Alright, so
It's because you lost your torch. You put it in the bush.
no, like it's like a blank screen completely. I'll have to refresh. What I'll do for my bonus action, Adam, is I'll just use a key to do a patient defense.
Okay.
And then I gotta refresh real quick.
Yeah, feel free to do so. Now we move to the T-Rex's turn.
Hell yeah.
You know how to drive that thing?
It's got one major weapon.
Yeah.
The T-Rex, like, looks at itself like, oh, interesting. She can just make out the edge of something over here, so I can't see my health bar, but
It's high.
I will go ahead and try out this other multi-attack. Do I need to step any closer, or is it fine?
So for your bite attack, you have a 10-foot reach, and your tail attack, you have a 10-foot reach. So, being that you can see both of the creatures just barely, you can attack both of them from your current position.
Okay, actually, I can't see the health bar for the one on the left that I tapped.
He's probably in the darkness so much that you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
It's full HP.
Okay.
This one is maybe 75%, the one on top.
Then yeah, since I can see this one better, I'm gonna aim for the injured one. And I just...
Yes, even though the creature is
Yep.
wavering, the bite does connect when post damage.
Nom nom.
Alright, the T-Rex's massive jaws snap into the creature, wounding it significantly as those jaws and those massive teeth puncture the creature's skin. It is a large-sized creature, so it will not be grappled, but it has suffered the damage.
And then I'm gonna focus the next one on the same.
Unfortunately, the T-Rex has kind of a weird ability here where the tail cannot be at the same one that you did the bite on. So we will take that on the second creature, but yes, that will hit as well.
Oh, I see that now. It can't make both attacks on the same target.
He's just so big, he takes them a turn to turn
Right,
around.
I think that's what they were going for, is that, yeah, both ends are so far away.
That makes sense.
That's okay. There's options.
So yeah, I just did the tail attack for the second one. Did that hit?
Yes.
Whoops, sorry about that. My sound just cut out there momentarily. Yeah, so the tail attack hit the other one. Go ahead and post damage.
I love dinosaurs, you guys.
Okay, yes, that tail will smash down, wounding this one, and this one will stop wavering as well.
And I think we'll just chill out here.
All right, a chilling T-Rex. I'm not sure what that looks like, but yes, I like it. All right, we move
Just did
to
51 points of damage, by the way. It's
yeah,
pretty
that's
impressive.
a pretty big round. Okay, this one's turn. Yeah, it's going to attack the T-Rex. So T-Rex, 2 defensive rolls, please. And as a quick reminder, because this is considered an NPC, just go ahead and click on the T-Rex token, and then you should see NPC defense roll at the top, and that's what
Yeah,
you're
that's
going to click.
trying to check if it should be defense roll or NPC defense roll.
NPC defense roll on this one. Okay, the T-Rex's skin seems to absorb the first strike, but hurts another. The second one manages to connect against the T-Rex, wounding it for 9 total damage. As the cat hits the T-Rex and wounds it, the cat is then going to maneuver a bit around here to there. And once it gets to there, you will notice that wavering resumes. This one is going to take a couple of attacks against Gale. Gale, same thing, 2 defense rolls, please. You evade the first and the second one. You'll notice the creature then moves around you to here, and once again, that wavering resumes. Okay, top of the round.
Oh no.
Okay, so...
Adam,
yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to reduce the HP of the dinosaur, and it's
Not working for
not
you?
working. Yeah, when I type in the new value. Thanks.
Yep, no worries. Okay, Spectre, you will be attacked twice. I'll need 2 defense rolls at disadvantage.
Still dodging though.
You cannot see the target, so dodge will not apply.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
You will be struck on both attacks.
Okay.
So 16 total damage and 2 con saves.
A little scary. Did I see where the arrows were coming from?
Your northwest.
Okay. Con saves.
As the second arrow strikes into you, this strange film that is on the arrow penetrates into your skin and you are paralyzed.
That's not great.
Okay, then we go to your turn. You are paralyzed. Let me double check this. So your turn immediately ends, but you can make a new saving throw.
Can I use a hero point on it?
You can, yes, as a reaction. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry, because a reaction can only be used when you're not paralyzed, right? So I don't think you can use a reaction when you're paralyzed.
Is that true?
I got it. Well, if my internet was faster.
Yep, you're right. Okay. Well, save me, T-Rex.
Well, you
So,
still get to
and-
make the save, though.
Yeah. End of my turn, con save.
Yes.
Can I inspiration it?
That doesn't require a reaction, so yes.
I try. God damn it.
No, you are still paralyzed. Okay, Gale's turn.
Excellent. I was being impatiently waiting. I'm going to waddle around this way and get closer to the dwarf because I think there's something fishy in the meat sauce. And from there, I'm going to hero point and attack. Yeah.
That will connect.
Nice when you use a hero point, you actually needed it or something, right?
That was a low roll.
Okay, that strike will connect, wounding the creature.
Why are you not afraid of me?
All right, it is indeed afraid of you now.
Hey, that wasn't so hard now, was it, little kitty cat? Now go away from me.
That one will connect as well. Wounding the creature a second time.
Okay. So Hugo is going to pull the one over here. Sorry, yeah, selected.
Sorry about that, guys. Looks like my audio wasn't working properly. Can you point that one out for me one more time, please? Yes,
That
okay,
one.
that will be successful. You said pull, so 5 feet closer to you.
Yep. And that all gets them in a fireball. So, Hugo, let's see. I'm going to make sure I can sculpt this on everybody. What's the words for it? 1 plus the spell's level. So I'm actually casting it at 4th level. So it would be 5 people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you delete the badger token by chance?
I can move it out of the way, but it's being used to track initiative, so let me just get it out of the way here.
Gotcha.
Okay. So 4th level. It's my last big spell slot.
Burn it, baby.
Da-da.
Okay, so on this one, I'm going to ask that you position it, but do not click the trigger all, please.
There was a way I could get it, I thought, but maybe not.
It
Dang.
does not look like it.
You might have to go for the top 2, I think.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. So maybe I'll get the archer somehow. So 1. I guess that's as good as it can get.
Okay, and then
Marker's in this bush, I think.
To not hit the T-Rex or Spectre.
Yes.
Okay. So you haven't moved yet. So what I will say is, from your current position, you can't really see Spectre. So as long as you're willing to move west, probably 2 steps, then you can do so.
You can probably let go of the dwarf at this point.
Aren't there invisible people looking?
Does that work?
I would say 1 more step to the west you need to be. There you go.
No, I don't like that. All right.
I mean, you don't have to be there, but think of it as like a line, right? Where you can't pass through this ridge. So from your current position, see how you're not
Oh, I
passing through
see.
that ridge? So if you want to be like somewhere down here, right? You could do it anywhere basically that doesn't pass through the ridge. 'Cause That's
Gotcha.
what you need to see her.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that ridge there, honestly. So, okay, cool. Yes. So I'm gonna do it there.
Okay, so don't hit trigger all. Just roll me 2 spell effect rolls, please. Okay, so you will notice as the fireball explodes that the creature to the north completely evades this effect, suffering no damage whatsoever. The second one, however, you do affect, and it will suffer normal damage. So now go ahead and drag your token down to hit only the bottom cat, and then you can hit your trigger all. Make sure nobody else is in the area, and I might have to move Rasmus out of the way too. There you go, Rasmus. So yeah, just move it to the west a bit, so you're not in it, Varum's not in it, only the cat's in it. And you might want to put it a little bit more on him just in case. I think that'll probably get him, but
I should do.
yeah, give that a try.
Don't get yourself in there, Hugo.
I scoped it, baby.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay, so you 27 points of fire damage. He did fail, so perfect. That worked, and it applied the appropriate damage.
okay. It's underwhelming. They avoided it all, and he was like, "Damn it! I was gonna do a different spell." Ah! And he'll scurry back to the dwarf.
Okay, so as you step back away from the cat to the south, its long tentacles are going to stretch out and try to hit you. Defense roll, please. All right, you succeed on that, and that will count as a fumble for the creature. So you can go ahead and roll a melee fumble. Okay, it is quite embarrassed. You notice its head sags a bit. Kurt?
Oh.
Well, one's
Kitty.
frightened and one's embarrassed. We're doing pretty good.
All right, I want to do a measurement here.
I'm just gonna burn my spell slot manually.
Yes, please. Oh,
Okay,
you know what? That reminds me too. Sorry, Bill. That probably didn't account for... Oh, no, it did. Okay, it did 96. Perfect. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, seeing that, shoot. I was gonna do something different, and now I'm second guessing. My apologies. All right, seeing that Gale's on that one there, I'm gonna try to scoot around here and see what's going on.
I mean, you're kind of at the top of the ridge, right? I think you should be able to see down it, right?
Is that what you're trying to do, Kertu?
Well, Adam, can I see what's going on between these? I mean, I just thought this was a hill, right? Am I able to see, or what's going on with
From
that?
where
if you
you're
can
at right
describe for
now,
me?
you cannot see Spectre. You can see the cat that is northwest of Spectre. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Magic Missile on this cat here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast it at a level 2.
All right. Okay, so level 2. So we will take that 3 times 4 missiles for a total of 12 points of damage. Oh, it looks like that's a spell slot 1. Did it give you an option to pick 2?
My Magic Missile always gives me just a spell slot 1. I'm mixing it up on my sheet though.
Okay, fair enough. So I will deduct 12 damage.
All right, and on that, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot down a little bit, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, this one's turn. And it is going to attack Spectre, who is currently paralyzed, so this will be at advantage and auto crits if they connect. Spectre, defense roll, please.
I am having trouble selecting my token.
You'll be hit by the first one, but not the second. So this will count as a crit, so I'll just ask you to roll this against yourself. Let me just double check the damage type. Primarily bludgeoning, yeah. Okay, so true crit. Okay, so that would be 11 bludgeoning and 4 piercing for a total of 15 points of damage. And from there, the cat will move 5 feet and be a little bit, actually move 10 feet, be in the water here and a little bit under the ridge at this point.
Is that... No, it's not. Never mind.
As it ends its turn, you notice that it is once again wavering. Rasmus.
Okay, well, Spectre said before she got all paralyzed and stuck in time and space over there that the creature was, or the archer was in this bush, but I didn't
Probably
see
not
anything.
there anymore. Yeah.
I didn't see anybody get out of the bush. Didn't see anybody take no arrow shots, so I'm just gonna say screw it, and I'm going to close in this distance, taking this angle at him to get in front of the displacer beast. And as I'm running, I'm going to draw my battle axe, and I'm going to kind of do like a little mirthful leap for that last 5 feet of movement and try to bring my axe down on top of this creature's head.
Okay.
And I've got a torch, so it's only a one-handed strike. I'm going to inspire myself.
Okay. That will connect.
Perfect.
Okay, the axe chops into the creature, wounding it, and then you notice it is no longer wavering.
Alright, I'm going to pump a stunning strike into it with that attack. Just says melee weapon attack, so it doesn't have to be an actual fist.
Okay, 24, that'll do the trick. Yes, it is stunned.
Perfect. And I'm going to use the remainder of... Hang on real quick. I just want to measure exactly how much movement I've got. Okay, perfect. So I am just going to follow up with a headbutt on this now stunned creature. So I believe that gives me advantage.
Yes. With advantage, that will hit. Yes, the creature is wounded again, looking very worse for wear.
Fantastic. And then I'm going to now use Flurry of Blows. And come in with a few more strikes here. So here we go.
Okay, so just checking your attacks real quick. Oh, right, because you re-rolled your with inspiration. Okay, so you extra attacked with the headbutt, and now you're bonus actioning Flurry of Blows, right?
Yep. So I got 2 attacks. Yep, so after my attack action is done, then I can use Flurry of Blows. So that'll be 2 more strikes. So he's just going to keep like slamming his head into the Displacer Beast over and over.
Alright, nice. That'll connect. Wounding the creature, looks very badly hurt. Another connect. Still alive, but the creature looks near death.
And he spits on it and ends his turn.
Okay, T-Rex's turn. Okay, ooh, let's check that movement real quick. So you move from here up to here. So you're stomping through Kurtu space. Because you're huge size and he's small, that will work. So yeah, that looks like it works to me.
Great. I'm gonna bite this one.
Okay, so your T-Rex head reaches over the edge of the ledge, biting down, connecting. $19 points of piercing damage. He is badly hurt.
And then tailing the one behind me.
Tail will connect.
Oh, nice.
And that one slumps to the ground after it gets smashed into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's turn ends, and it is still stunned until the end of your turn, right, Rasmus?
End of my next turn, yep.
End of your next turn. Okay, top of the round.
I feel like this guy realizes this is going very poorly for him.
Gale, 2 defense rolls, please. Both at disadvantage. Okay, the first one will connect. You will take 6 points of piercing damage and a con save. Okay, you will succeed on that, suffering no additional effects. You will then hear a loud, piercing whistle sound from the northeast.
Is that where the arrow came from?
The arrow came from the north. Okay, Spectre, your turn ends. Because you are still paralyzed, you can make a new con save.
I will do my best. Nope.
You are still paralyzed. Gale.
Why? There are people shooting at us. So I will move 5,
You'll
10,
kill this
15,
one.
20, 25.
The
Oh,
paralyzed
wait.
Spectre tries to somehow communicate with
Yeah.
us.
I was thinking, well, yeah, that would be a problem for that. I thought you would be able to defend yourself, but that's fine.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I can get there. So 5, 10, 15, excuse me, Gertu. Oh, he's in melee because of the reach of the Displacer Beast, right?
He would be considered engaged, yes.
That's fine. 5, 10, 15, 20. I can still get there. Watch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 should get me there. And then I will make sure, because you see that he's blinking.
Show me that
Here.
path exactly that you took.
I was here, I think. No, here. I don't know how to.
So, yeah.
Kind of do it, yeah.
Well,
5,
yeah, I'm just trying to
10,
see which way you
15,
can see if you went over the
20.
ledge or not.
No, I didn't. I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Like this?
Like this. See my token moving or no? There.
So that looks to me, okay. So you're going across the ledge.
Yes.
So that would be difficult terrain to go across the ledge. So that would be 30 instead of 25.
So, but if I go here, then that's...
25.
So then I'm...
You could do like a sweet jumping attack if you wanted to, like.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? Forget all this hoopla and just a bunch of stuffs. I'm going to go to the ledge here. I know he's 15 feet down, but I'm going to use my tattoo will animate, and I'm going to attempt to coiling grasp the Displacer Beast.
Okay, that'll work.
Nice.
I've
You want
never...
to still spend that hero point on this?
Yes, of course, because the Spectre is my friend. So I think it just... I don't have it in my sheet, but he's got to do a strength save, which is probably his best, but DC 14.
Just roll a d20 for me then.
Oof. I'm going to use Inspiration. Save my friend.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. You said you don't have it in your sheet, but it's which tattoo?
Coiling Grasp Tattoo.
Creature must succeed on a DC 14 strength throw or take 3d6 force damage and be grappled.
You did hero point it though, right?
You
That's 7.
did, but unfortunately you can't hero point not an attack. So this is a strength save, so I would say give yourself the hero point back. You rolled an 11 against the creature's... Okay, so this is a static value. So hang on, let me just do the calculation here real quick.
Sorry, Spectre.
It's fine. We got a lot of people who can.
Yeah, so it is going to succeed on this save. So you try to affect it with a strength effect. Its strength static value is higher than what you rolled. So it is not grappled, and it looks like it suffers no damage?
Yeah, it's save or suck.
Okay.
Well, that's my action. I don't know what else to do except... nothing. Good luck, Spectre. I tried.
We got 2 casters
He
coming
doesn't
up.
say anything for some reason. Hugo's
Okay. Hugo, hearing the whistle, is gonna look down at the dwarf and be like, "Stay put."
He is
I got him.
unconscious, but he doesn't do anything.
And
keep
he
it with
laughs
you.
his funny joke as he moves up this way. And he's looking around to see if he can see anybody.
Actively looking, as in he wants to make an active perception check, or just based on his passive perception?
Yeah, active perception check.
Okay, blind check, please. Okay, you look around very carefully for any signs of other opponents, and you do not see any.
There's nobody here. Maybe he's invisible. And, I guess that's the end of his turn.
Okay, Kertu's turn.
Oh, this guy's definitely got to be dead. I would imagine. Adam, can I see it at all from where I'm standing?
No, you cannot.
So if I go there, can you tell me if I...
You can see its tentacles, of course, but to see its body, yeah, you can see it from
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so from here I can see it good, but not the...
Correct.
Can I take a shot for it, and would I have any negative because the big human in front of me?
It
Or
would have
elf?
cover. Yeah, you're shooting, basically trying to shoot between both Spectre and Gale towards it. I would give it cover.
How about here?
I would give it
I'll just-
cover.
All
You
right,
can
I just-
occupy my space and then just leave.
You would, but you'd
Well,
be
he would
squeezing.
get disadvantage on his attack because it was in melee.
There, I would say no cover, because again, you can shoot at its back flank.
Yes, 1 extra point. Yes.
It don't matter.
We're definitely eating these things.
Your shot
For dinner.
connects with the creature. And the creature is burnt to the ground.
Plus, with the suspense, it has like a sliver of hit points left.
Take care of the dwarf. We can't lose the dwarf.
All right, hold on.
I got him, I got him, I got him.
And I'm going to go there, Adam. That'll end my turn.
Okay, Rasmus's turn.
Okie dokie. Rasmus is just gonna bring his battle axe down and try to sever this displacer beast head. Advantage.
That will hit. And yes, I'm sure minimum damage will be enough to kill it.
Perfect. And then I'm going to go, and because those shots came from the north, I'm gonna put myself in between Verum and the north. And I only have one action, so I can't pick him up or anything. So I'll just go there for now and ready myself in case somebody comes in range.
Okay, T-Rex.
See if you can find the archers.
The T-Rex. I don't know if it has tactical acumen.
I don't know.
I
it
heard
puts
you
itself
have
right between those two
binocular
cats
vision.
pretty well.
That's just smart predatory instincts, you know.
But not good dark vision. So, it just doesn't have that sense of smell that the badger had. So, I guess just I don't know how to find something in the dark. I guess, can I do like a check to try to search for?
Yes, you can make what's known as an active perception check, meaning you spend your action and you make a perception check to see if you can see or smell anything nearby you. And if you wish to do that, I don't think we've got blind checks set up for NPCs yet, so just roll me a blind check from your sheet. I will take that a roll and apply the benefits that the T-Rex has to your roll. Oh, actually, blind checks work for T-Rex. Okay, excellent. So let's see. There it is. Plus, and right, this isn't wild shape, so you don't get your own stat. So just what it rolled. Yeah, you don't detect anything else out of doing it. else on your turn, T-Rex?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Sorry. So that was my action, right? Yeah.
Correct.
The T-Rex looks frustrated. And
Very emotive T-Rex.
I think
His
it's
little
just
arms
gonna,
are doing. What do I do now?
It's just gonna like charge into the dark a little bit, like hoping to accidentally happen upon a living creature. There you go.
All right, at the top of the round, you guys will hear another sharp whistle from the north, sounding much farther away at this point, and you will notice in either awe, fascination, shock, maybe even fear, as each of the creatures, these displacer beasts that lie nearby you, seem to shake for a moment, and then their entire bodies vanish all at once. All of you can give me a blind check here. This is a perception-based check to see if you notice anything odd with this effect. As they are vanishing away, even though you can't move, you can still see things. You will notice embedded at the displacer beasts in front of you, its body embedded in its neck, like almost as on a choke chain, embedded very thickly into its fur. You see a small flare of red, and you see the outline of what looks to be some kind of a red gem before the creature vanishes before your eyes. And with that, we will be out of combat, folks.
Do you want me to roll con saves until I get it?
Eventually you'll get out, so no worries.
Can I look at Verum and make sure he didn't get hit by an arrow?
Give me a blind check as you do a quick medicine check to check him out, see if anything looks wrong with him. With your vast medicine knowledge, no hint there on your roll. No, he looks fine. I mean, he's absolutely unconscious, but other than that...
So no extra holes in his body than we brought in?
None that you see, obviously, no.
Wow, that poison sucked. Boys, we gotta head in the other direction. We were heading south in the first place, right?
You were headed south-southwest-ish as you're making your way towards your wagon.
Hey, T-Rex, we're over here deciding what... Oh, there. Wow!
Let's go before they regroup.
Let's go, T-Rex.
Can we, like, mount the T-Rex and ride off into the darkness?
Well, it doesn't speak any languages, so it doesn't understand any of the words that you're saying at this point. So, I mean, you can motion with your hands, but remember its intelligence is a 2. So it doesn't really understand. It recognizes you as allies, but that's about it.
The T-Rex...
Like coax it into...
I'm gonna put my hands up to the T-Rex, and then I'm going to signal like I'm riding a horse, and then I'm gonna grab Verum and jump on its back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know if you guys can hear me, but the T-Rex like kneels down and puts its head down in case.
So keep in mind, once you're under the effects of a polymorph spell here, Harmony, your intelligence is limited to that of the beast. So it's not like with Wild Shape where you're still you in an animal form and you still understand everything, you're still as wise and as smart as you are. Your intelligence is actually a 2 right now. So basically anything that is more complicated than stomp over here or bite over there is foreign to you.
But I know they're my allies, right?
You do, but like kneeling down so they could get on your back, that wouldn't be any kind of a concept because nothing rides a T-Rex. So like a T-Rex would have no concept of being, I
feel like
in this world anyway.
Well, in Jurassic Park, that T-Rex moved its car to look for the...
We need to dangle a goat in front of it.
There's no way that Rasmus couldn't... If she recognizes us as allies and she's not attacking us, then Rasmus would easily be able to just jump right onto her back.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Get off my horse!
25 feet tall.
Does anyone have a goat?
It'll follow us. It knows where
the goat's on his back.
And we dangle Rasmus in front of the dinosaur.
Let's keep going towards the carts.
Let's keep going. We have to find the wagon.
before they regroup.
Yes.
All right, you guys make your way away from this immediate vicinity and start heading further towards the cart.
I think I was leading our way to the carts, if I remember correctly, Adam.
Okay, well, yes, the rain is still coming down very hard. It is dark at this point. I remember there was a suggestion of pushing through the night, perhaps resulting in some exhaustion, but you guys hadn't made that decision yet. So you're at that point now where if you push for more than, say, another 20-30 minutes, you would be risking exhaustion at that point.
Well, can we easily find where the wagon is in the middle of the dark?
Well, I mean, we carry light sources with us. We should be able to find them. The issue would be our strength afterwards. I mean, it's raining really hard. We could get lost, sick. Just, it makes more sense for us to maybe find a spot to make camp for the night.
Where'd that archer come from?
I don't know.
The first shots came from the southeast, I remember, and then they went to the north. We were going southwest. So
He
we
was
might have to
starting
go a
around.
little further down the road because they still might be nearby.
They might come back.
Well, you think it's a random encounter with us?
No, I do not. I do not think anything revolving the white worm speaker is coincidental.
Well,
I
hang on.
noticed something,
There's no way that anyone knows we have him.
I think
What
it was-
about that lady?
The lady inside of the snake temple?
The one who left before us?
Well,
know
you
what
know
you're
the most
talking
about
about.
her, Gale. Is there something you'd like to share with the class?
The one that wanted to meet us outside.
I mean,
Well,
even still,
She had very special powers, and I was doing my my special ability to know their hit points and strength scores, and she was better than me. Better than me.
Did
And she had
she
a
have a bow?
shiny. No, I don't think she had a bow, but she had a shiny blue hand, and that was very interesting. And she was like a snake person.
yeah, but I don't think that's connected to our cult in any way. I mean, these the cultists we met and tracked all the way to that temple was a small group that Verum was hoping to use to help him find his mask. When he wakes up, I'm sure we'll be able to get more information from him.
But she clearly, by no means except by her grace, allowed us to leave that place with the little man. She knew that
Sure.
that's all we wanted, and now, but why? And
Well,
now she's
I'll tell you
taking
why.
people to
She
come
was
after us.
probably held trapped, or she could have been held prisoner by those snake people, forced to do their work. Obviously, they can compel people and force them. She may have had her own research, but I mean, we can't
I
just
think she
assume that
was
they're
a snake
together.
person.
Could have just been her chance at freedom, and she took it. She looks smart.
Nah, there's something. She's a sneaky one.
There's something fishy in the meat sauce, right, Hugo?
Yeah, like a dead trout.
I think she just has her own agenda.
Yeah, she probably wants us to kill her boss or something like that so she can move up.
That's what I think. I don't think she's connected to the cult, and I don't.
I mean, somebody told this archer that we were here a lot. Like, I don't know. You don't know if this person that just attacked us, right? It's not like
could just
an
be
old
random.
enemy of yours.
No, well, the enemies I have are in Feywild. Oh, and then of course Tiamat's my enemy.
But they
Yeah,
did.
but we're miles and miles away from any civilization. I mean, El Terrell is to the south, and I've been there. But, I mean, once you get 50 miles away from a city, you can encounter anything.
Fine,
Oh,
so you
and as
want-
you start mentioning the geography of this area, anybody that is proficient in history can make a check to see if this maybe knocks anything loose in the old noggin about the current area that you're in.
I'm not proficient in history, Adam, but per Rasmus's backstory, he spent most of his time here in El Terrell and then over at that monastery where Spectre was across seas. So could he maybe make a check at disadvantage?
Not on this one if he spent most of his time in El Terrell, because that's quite far away from here, and nothing from across the seas a benefit here. But yeah, you're, almost 400 miles away from, well, actually, I'm sorry, 370 miles-ish away from El Terrell at this point.
Is it blind check?
Yes.
I will also mention, while he's thinking about that there was something strange about those animals. When their bodies disappeared, there was like a flash of red with like a gem embedded in their necks or collars or something. So these aren't just common thugs. They had some kind of power to recall them or something. Or conjure them, I'm not really sure. But
Alright, so as you guys are moving and having this conversation, Hugo, you realize now that this sort of maybe brought to your mind that you are not too far away from the quote-unquote nation of Najara. It is a location that is inhabited by Nagas, Yuan-Ti, and lizard folk, and they are specifically known for sort of, you might say, meddling in the affairs of other areas, but they don't do so with armies or, big spells, that sort of thing. They typically send out spies or bounty hunters to get what they want.
Now, Rasmus, if we were attacked by a band of wild boars, then I would believe you. But clearly, a Spectre has said that this was a very potent, specific attack for something, and I'm point at the dwarf that's in your lap. That person.
Yeah, I mean, this place is full of bounty hunters. Someone could be looking for him.
We're not the only ones looking for him.
I mean, yeah. Either way, there's no one is going to kill him as long as he's in my possession.
I say we
Doesn't
keep
care
going.
if they know him or don't know him.
I say we keep going.
Yeah, let's get him to the cart.
how far
Okay.
away is the cart from where we are, do we think?
You guys recall that you would need to spend almost a day traveling from the tomb to get to the wagon. The amount of time you traveled away from the tomb so far has only been a few hours.
A day is in a day's travel, or a day is in like 24 hours?
A day and a day's travel.
Didn't you do some fancy spell, Spectre, or somebody did something about be able to pass somewhere without being noticed?
I did, but I lost it when I got shot in the face.
Oh, your face got hit?
That happens.
So, either they knew we were coming and they were waiting for us, or they have some way of magically tracking us.
Well, and remember, even with Pass Without a Trace, if you're moving through the darkness with a light source, and there's other people not using the light source, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
That's true. I was more thinking of like the people back in the tomb. They wouldn't be able to follow our trail if they were out of sight.
Yes, you
There's
think
no-
that probably would have helped you a lot as far as leaving the tomb to where you got to, so the 3 hours or so from the tomb. Yes, you think that probably did help with that.
Hey, Rasmus, throw me the dwarf. I want Hugo to search the dwarf for any tracking things or weird arcana tricks. Give me the dwarf.
Sure, but he's nearly naked.
Well, did we search him to see if he has a tracking device in his keister?
No, but you can
That's
take
all
that one.
yours.
Yeah, for sure, Gail, since you're most familiar with that particular type of tracking.
I don't even know what to say. I want to think of something funny and I just can't. nothing good for video, right?
If we could spend 10 minutes here, I can try to cast a ritual.
Hang on. Let's calm down for a second. Look, I know that we believe that everyone now is hunting us down and we're going to be these prime targets, but
I don't think
hang
they
on.
got the news out that quickly.
No, there's no way. 0% chance.
Except
Okay.
for the lady with the blue hand.
We're making assumptions, Gail. It could be either or. But here's the thing that we're forgetting. If we're going to sneak back to our cart, right, in the middle of night, first, we're going to need light sources to be able to find it, which means we're going to be a target as we travel tonight. There's no magic that can help us see better in the night, is there? Because that's the only way. If Hugo and I can
I just
now
don't know
see...
it. I don't know how to cast that spell, but there is magic that helps with that.
Okay. Alright, well, we don't have access to it, so that means that we are going to have to instead use light sources to find a cart in the middle of this rainstorm at night. I don't mind, I'm just letting you know. There's no way for us to not be tracked right now. I think our better bet is to hide, right? Hide somewhere through the evening, give us some time to rest, take some time with some shifts of watch, and then in the morning, when sunlight is on our side, we can find the cart. Better.
What about this thing? Hugo points at the T-Rex.
Oh, we
It's
can
like
hide under the
knocking a
T-Rex for
tree
like
down.
50 more minutes.
The
It'll
rain's
wear
all
off.
coming down on the T-Rex, and you guys are all sheltering under it. I like it.
I mean, either way, even if we decided not to hide and go back to the cart, the T-Rex would still be there, stumbling through the forest. Either way, we should drop that spell and go and hide, but that's my vote. But I will go either way.
I think Rasmus is right. I think if we keep pushing on, we might risk getting harassed by anyone else who might be in the area. If we try to find a spot to hunker down, we at least have the benefits of a defensive position. Maybe it's possible we'll be attacked in the night, but
Sure, but if I can
we're
have...
gonna get attacked in the night anyway.
Yes, and if I can have some time to relax a bit and bandage up my wounds and Harmony bandage her wounds and just allow us to breathe for a moment, we'll be a lot stronger in case we are attacked.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree with Rasmus.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to try to find an area nearby that you can wait out the night.
Yes.
At least get a short rest in. I don't know if we're staying for the night, but we should probably plan on that. We should probably try. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the intention would be initially a short rest for anyone who needs it, hide, and if we can make it through the night, then so be it, but I don't know how everybody else feels about that. I know we think that maybe he's getting tracked, so... But I'd rather us be at better strength capacity to take on an attack.
I kind of feel like if they have a way of tracking him, they wouldn't have gotten the word out this quickly. Like, we were heading away from them. They would have had to get a messenger or, I guess, use some kind of magic. I guess they could have, like, sending or something. But
Yeah.
they would have to use something to overtake us.
I think here's what I think, and I am not assuming anything. I'm based on facts. Mr. Hugo said that not Jara people are snake pimples who take bounties to go after people. So this person,
There's
probably-
spies and bounty hunters.
yeah. So then, why am I assuming that this lady who clearly knows that we made a totally JV ruse to get out with the little man, that now she's like, great, yeah, you guys can leave because I'm going to throttle you with my displacer beast and special invisible archers.
Well, I mean,
You know,
think about
skepticism is good, right? I mean, we need that, but at the same time, Gail, do you want to go trumpsing through the forest in a rainstorm in the middle of the night?
wouldn't it have made more sense for her to just rat us out while we were in the middle of all of those things?
No, because she clearly wanted him too, so she was kind of trapped too, or tried to do a bamboozle on them. But they would have beaten her up too.
I would just say this. What does it matter if she's bad? We believe people may be following us regardless of who it is, right? So we're always trying to be a little sneaky, so I don't think it really matters if it's her or somebody or nobody. We're still going to take the same precautions, right?
No, but what we're
Yes.
saying is that there actually is a person that we know of. Of course, everyone's after this person, this little dwarf. But now we
Okay,
can
but-
actually think that maybe in the jar, or we should write that down somewhere and remember it for inspiration next week.
Okay, well, you take full responsibility of that, okay, Gail? That's on you. And when we get back to Waterdeep,
too.
Wait, so I'm gonna get inspiration on this next for the summary? Is that what you guys?
That's if Adam
Adam's
doesn't
gonna write
mention-
it down and make sure it's not part of the that it is part of his recap next week.
Our main goal, right, is to get Verum back to what is it? Waterdeep? Neverwinter? I don't remember. Waterdeep, right? Waterdeep. We have to get him back safely. Maybe they do know, sure. And we should operate with the idea of that they are going to find out eventually. That, I mean, Verum's been looking for his mask for over a month. So the odds of them not knowing already are pretty slim. But this is our advantage because now we have somebody who knows about the cult. And we need that information, so we need to keep him alive.
All right.
Okay, fine. We will do, but I'm not assuming anything.
No. I applaud you for your skepticism, and we need that because we need to look at this from all angles.
Don't make me turn into a winter ladron. You will hate that.
I told you I liked it. Go into like the spring mode, like in between.
There might be one other option available to us.
Well, speak up.
Hugo, didn't you mention when we first met you, all the way back in Dragonsphere, that you had some kind of teleportation scroll?
Yeah. Teleportation
go?
circle.
Where does it go? Where does it take us if we were?
Hold on 1 second.
Let me ask the DM in channel chat.
The DM reminds you that he asked specifically last week how you guys were heading back, and you said following the river and going to the road and taking that way. So if you do somehow find a way to teleport, it's going to be a really short session.
Well, we'll wait till after break because we're at the top of the hour.
That sounds good. Yes, all right. We are halfway through, so yeah, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break here, guys. We'll pick up on the other side.
Perfect. 15 minutes to come up with something new.
Whole new session. Right, let's see what I can do.
There you go. All right, see y'all in a bit.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our second half of the session. The team is currently moving in the night and looking to find a place to bed down. So team, you had decided to look for a place to rest, at least a short rest I heard, potentially longer. Who would like to lead that effort?
I don't have the best of vision right now, but finding places of safety are usually a pretty good skill of mine. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
7. I think the druid is better than me, but she's a T-Rex currently.
If yours is +7, you got me beat, so go for it,
Do
but
you need a survival for that?
That is the skill, yes.
Okay.
Erasmus, if you're
I'll hit
proficient, I
button.
believe you can help me, though, right?
I am proficient. Hold on.
yeah, I think we have multiple people proficient, so we should be able. Somebody just lead the check. I'm near blind though. I got like 45 feet of vision right now.
I have
so
dark
I'm not
vision
gonna do the rest.
and survival. There's my roll.
Can we try to assist him?
Yes, you said you have at least one other person that's proficient. I'll take the roll at advantage.
Yeah. I am proficient, etc.
Okay, so Gale, you lead this effort as you move around here looking using your dark vision to try to find what you can find as far as a decent place to rest and relax. You push in through some of this kind of heavier foliage or growth that's coming out of the ground in the lower laying parts of the hills. You can see there's a lot of this different bushes, that kind of thing. In fact, as you're pushing through some of them, you notice this one section, maybe about 30 feet wide or so, as you start pushing through it, seems to be a thicket of some type of large black berries. If you'd like to try to identify them, you can make a blind check.
For sure, the berries are nice.
Would this be a nature check?
Can I assist in that? Can Hugo assist?
If Gale wants to point them out to you and ask you to approach and take a look, sure. However,
Hey nerd, I found some fruit there on the ground. What is it?
all right, but however, in order to get advantage, we need 2 people that are both proficient in nature. If only one of you is, then maybe the one person should make the check.
So I do not. So I'll just point out because I know better. I don't know what this is, nerd. So maybe you can identify it.
Stop calling me nerd.
Well, you have glasses.
Yes.
What is a nerd?
It's a small, hard candy. Not very good.
Okay, next question.
I love
What is
nerd.
candy?
It's like a sugary. It's like basically a hardened chunk of sugar. It's not good for you. You shouldn't have it.
Has no.
Hugo, as you take a look at these berries, you've passed the first barrier, meaning you know what these are called. They're called shade berries. But unfortunately, you didn't pass the second level to know exactly what they do or what any properties they might have. But yeah, they're shade berries.
These aren't your average blackberries, those are shade berries.
Well, what if I ate one? What would be the big deal?
I don't know. You should eat one, though.
Okay, I'm gonna eat one, Adam.
So these berries are fairly large. Think of this as the size of maybe an apple. So they hang in clusters. So again, very big clusters of berries. So you take your fingers and you start digging in to pull off one of these bunches from the larger bunch. And you notice as you pull it off, it kind of squelches. And you see this very dark juice, almost like a dark ink, just splashes in the area, gets on your hands. Your hands now have this sort of blackish liquid on them and have an off smell.
It doesn't smell very good. Are you sure like it would be edible?
The taste is supposed to be way better than the smell.
Is this because I called you
one
a
of
nerd?
those fruits?
What?
I mean,
While they're arguing,
you know.
can I like look around? Does it look like there's been like evidence of like animal activity here? Like, does it look like these berries have been consumed by something?
Good thought. Yeah, give me a survival check, Spectre, as you're moving
Blind
through
check?
in blind check. Now keep in mind you're moving through in the darkness here, so you're relying on your dark vision as you make this determination.
I can follow Spectre with my torch while the other ones are wrapped in, while the other ones are like arguing about the berry. I'll see Spectre kind of slink off, and I'll just follow with the torch.
Okay, yep, sure. So Spectre, you start making your way off, and you notice that Rasmus is following you. I assume you don't have any issue with that, and you light up like the noonday sun in the center of the light as you let him follow you around.
And I'm not going like directly into the middle of the thicket. I'm just looking around the area to see if there's any like animal tracks or evidence of bushels, branches that have been like stripped of these things.
I would say no. You notice there are certainly animal tracks in the area, but you don't notice any of these berries being broken by what you assume to be like animals eating them. If anything, you assume it's only like weather that might have taken some of these down. It doesn't look like any of the fauna in the area eat these.
I will point this out to Gale before it sounds like he's
He's already.
So I'm assuming
it's
he's like and already having done this as you're having this discussion. So yeah, Gale, it's up to you whether you wish to eat one.
So I don't think if it had the icky ooze and smells bad, I would have to second guess that and wait. Because I said it doesn't look good, Hugo. Are you sure I can eat it?
What are you waiting for? That's what a nerd would do.
Oh,
You don't want to be a nerd, do you?
well, we are being hunted by the snake lady, and Rasmus still has his torch, so maybe I shouldn't take risk.
All right. I thought you were a big, strong, tough guy, but
Well, do you
All
want
right.
big, strong, tough guy dead on floor while you guys get beat up by more displacer beasts?
I don't think it would kill you. Probably dye your lungs black or something.
Probably wouldn't be a fun experience.
So, Adam, is there a way I could pick some and not make it ooze out and stuff, like carefully?
You can certainly try. Give me an idea of how you're trying to do that.
So after grabbing it and seeing it, I'm going to like grab the branch, and then carefully at the point where it attaches, and just kind of take the fruit out and carefully grab two of them, I guess.
Okay, sure. So that sounds to me like maybe a dexterity check. Go and give me a blind check. Yes, you managed to extract two of these clusters much more carefully, more towards the stem of where they come off from the shoot here. And yeah, they don't squelch. You have them whole.
I will eat them later, I promise, in front of you, so you can make fun of Gale.
Well, to be fair, I don't think you should eat them. They're probably not very good for you.
You said shadow fruit or something?
Shade berries.
Shade berries.
So nothing at all like shadow fruit.
Is he still like all dyed up with
His hands are, and maybe just like a little bit on the chest from where it exploded. Or I shouldn't say exploded, that sounded too dramatic. But when it kind of, leaked out, you might say. So yes, a small amount.
See that? I think
Hey,
that might be why it got its name.
Oh, so it looks
Not that these berries aren't cool and all, but shall we maybe see if we can force our way into this thicket and hide
that's right.
within them?
I found a place, guys. Just somewhere nearby these shady fruits.
Well, that's good. I'm gonna go back to the T-Rex and pull Verum down off of top of the T-Rex at him and see if I can find us a spot within the thicket that looks safe and somewhat dry, and make sure his bounds are still tight on his arms and his legs.
The bindings are still tight, but nowhere nearby in the thicket looks to be truly dry. Based on how heavy the rain has been coming down, it trailed off a short while ago, but...
I got a blanket. I'll lay my blanket down for him. Don't want him to get sick.
Perfect. We just need a place to rest for a bit.
I can take the first 4 hours of this watch. I am feeling quite particularly alarmed.
Can we try to short rest? How does this work? Like, it's an 8-hour rest. Would we have to spend an hour short resting and then start a long rest, or?
You can't long rest out in the wilderness, so you
Well,
can...
I mean, rest for the night.
Yeah, so you can spend a short rest of 1 hour to recharge your HP, and then yes, you would do 8 hours separate. I mean, you could just to sleep, you could just do 7 more hours essentially.
Okay.
So Adam, I'll take the first 4 hours, and then at dawn, do I get my 2 short rests, and then I'll do a short rest at dawn?
Well, we haven't necessarily finished discussing what we were gonna do.
And it's not that close to dawn quite yet either.
Well, yeah, but I'm just mechanically.
When you wake up, if you're asking if you can spend a short rest then, like early in the day, sure, you just need another hour.
Oh, I can't use it as part of my 4 hours of.
So you have no short rest now, right?
Correct. Yeah. Waiting for it to reset at the next day, or
So, right.
it's after a long rest. Yeah. Okay. Copy that.
So you would have to sleep overnight,
Yeah.
wake up in the morning to get your 2 short rests back, and then spend one.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. No, we have not decided what to do. I say we jump into the circle. I don't care where it goes. We are being hunted, and this dwarf is going with us to where it is we're going.
Hugo, did you find out? What do you know about this scroll you have? Did you find out where?
Well, first of all,
And can you turn off the torch, please? All these lights are very alarming. I'm getting really antsy right now.
I don't like not being able to see and being in pitch darkness.
Well,
But this scroll is very dear to me. I want to make that clear. I'm willing to share it with you all.
No, I don't think we need that. I think you're fine.
But
Just let me get some
I will
sleep.
need to be reimbursed.
We have a shitload of money back in Waterdeep.
No, it's in my pocket, Spectre. You're talking about the writ? I have that on me.
We have the ability to obtain a shitload of money in Waterdeep.
well said.
Hang on.
Well,
Why
that
are we
doesn't sound
even...
too...
Let's figure out where he can teleport us.
Yeah, so Adam, looking at it, the spell itself...
So this one's going to be a little bit tricky, because if you remember where you got this from, right?
Yeah.
You basically got this scroll in a whole nother campaign world. So it would be linked to a certain city. So I think when we discussed this previously, I said we would have to randomly determine like what main city here in Forgotten Realms it would be linked to. So I'd probably have you roll a random die, and we'd do it that way to see which one it links to. And then, yes, if you cast it... Now, remember, because of the level of the spell... I think... Is that a level 7 spell?
5th level.
Oh, 5th level. Okay, so then, yes, it should work. You should have no problem. I don't think that one has any chance of failure.
Well, here's the thing. Hugo can't cast 5th level spells yet, so I'm curious if that has an effect on
Yes.
whether he can use the scroll.
If you can't cast the spell, then it will have a chance of failure. So I'd have to look up the scroll chance to see what that is exactly. But yeah, unless it's on your list and you can cast it, there's always a chance of failure.
What about... Could someone else cast it if they are able to learn the spell? Like, who gets teleportation circle?
Well, here's the thing. I was planning on writing it in my book when I could... I've been almost cracking the code on it. I'm real close.
That's fine. I don't think we need it. I mean, I get where you guys are worries are from and stuff.
It's not worries, it's facts.
If it has
Whatever.
a chance of failure, we can't risk it unless Cartu is able to do something on this document that
Hang
I
on.
have. It says that sorcerers are able to cast certain teleportations.
Can I just want to know from you guys, what is the purpose of us teleport? I mean, we're going to use a big...
Well, it's just to avoid getting ambushed and stuff along the way and delivering him.
It's pretty easy. We got the prize we want, right? We have them alive, for crying out loud. Who would have thought we'd do this? If there's a chance we could avoid even 30 days of in the cart, man, who cares who's hunting us? I would still do it. I don't care if even if we are or not, I would teleport as soon as I can to get out of there because we have the grand prize that the whole world is looking for.
And I get it, really I do. And I'm sure Silmerhelv will be very pleased. But I've carried this scroll with me for many years, and
If you're saying that if we give you some time, you could be able to use this more permanently, then I say we suck it up and take this 30 days and protect our prisoner as we make our way back. It's important. We may need that in the future, and to just waste it here for speculation doesn't make sense to me.
We'd be securing our prisoner. We don't know how long the cult is planning to just sit around.
I get that, but here's my counter, and I was thinking while we were riding the T-Rex, right? Veram's going to wake up here soon. Why don't we just interrogate him ourselves? We get all the information we need, and then we kill him. Then we have no prisoner, we have his information, and we go. No bounty, no one hunting us, and safe rides back home.
Are you sure that we would have the ability to get the correct information out of him? Or do you think the council would want to see him?
Sure, maybe, but I mean, we can't even trust the council. We don't know who's been infiltrated, if there's double agents. I mean, if this is as big as Gale believes it is, right, where there's worldwide implications, then maybe we should keep this information to ourselves and use it to our advantage with the council.
There's no harm in finding out what he knows ourselves. But,
exactly.
Our mission, I believe, I don't remember because it's been like 6 fucking weeks.
Is to recover the mask. Not Verum, the mask. Verum was a bonus. Our mission has failed right now.
Well, clearly he doesn't know where a mask is.
He may. He was
Well, he came
abducted.
out here for it.
He was abducted outside of that scrying pool, right? At least that's what we think it was, or some kind of summoning pool or something, right?
Yeah, so he was trying to divine its condition and its whereabouts.
And its location. He may have found it before he was taken prisoner by the Yuan-Ti.
If that's the mission, then we can't teleport out of here. We gotta find out why he was here. Because it might be the only way to find that mask.
You're right.
Yeah, Rasmus, now you finally make sense to a Summer Eladrin.
I'm sorry. See, look, it takes me a while to figure things out. If you put me on the back of a T-Rex, though, I'd suddenly become a genius.
Being 25 feet tall can do that to somebody.
Yeah, it's very big for my ego. But I mean, look, we should think about this, right? I mean, them getting to Waterdeep would be a bonus because then the council would be able to ask him all the questions they wanted to. But the information we need is more pertinent, right? We need to find out where the cult is. Where are they hiding, right? Who are the other ones? We know the red one, right? We know the white one. What about the green one? Or what are the other colors?
Blue. One's blue and one's black.
There we go. See, there's 3 more people we don't even know about.
I remember because Tiamat yelled at me last time I saw her.
See, there's a lot of things we don't know that we should find out from him.
You saw Tiamat.
Oh, you didn't know the story? The bards haven't sung story about Mighty Gale confronting Tiamat at the Icespire Peak?
No.
Oh, well, it's actually it has a catchy hook, but it's exaggerated a little bit.
Amazing.
Well, look, the biggest thing, right, is we haven't met the council. We have just been told things through a delegate,
Yeah,
Right.
I don't trust council. We did good not wanting to join council. We are rogue agents. Beautiful.
Right. And so us rogue agents, we need to have the information ourselves. Now, maybe they have questions and answers that we don't necessarily know about, sure, but we should find some things out for ourselves so we know why we're fighting, where we're going, how to handle it.
Well, I agree. I'm a little hot-blooded right now, so I will try to calm down and not to offend most peoples, especially the Hugo with the nerd comment, which apparently Leroy taught me that word. I don't know it was offensive.
My recommendation is that we have somebody posted beside Verum at all times, right? No matter what. At all times, he has at least one bodyguard.
So since we've been
Why-
chatting here for a while, let's go ahead and move this on to a vote, guys. So it sounds like we have some people wanting to potentially use the teleportation circle
Not
if
anymore.
Hugo's even willing to offer that. The rest of you guys are saying, or some of you guys are saying, maybe try to revive Verum long enough to interrogate him and then kill him. And then I assume some people are saying just continue on the manual trip back. Is there any other options I missed there that you guys have discussed?
I would say torture him, but don't kill him.
I don't.
I
have
know
a
that's just.
That's option
I vote
4.
for not torture.
I don't have.
I vote for not torture, but interrogate. And
Let
not
me
kill.
check. Let me check my alignment. Yeah. Well, I'm neutral good, so maybe I don't like to kill it.
Rasmus is definitely aligned for any kind of torture, so he's got it. If it comes down to that, Rasmus will take it on.
So let's break this into a couple options then. So I've got torture Verum and don't torture Verum. If you guys can go ahead and throw your votes on that one, I'll get you. Yeah, there you go. If someone wants to
Oh,
throw
no.
it. All right.
I'll
and
do
then-
one for each. I'll add my vote as a smiley face.
I was on Discord.
Yes, on Discord, yep. Just make it easier with the thumbs up and so forth. And then the second option is so no one's really pushing for the scroll any longer, so it sounds like you guys are gonna just resume the travel.
Yeah, that makes sense to me to not teleport because the mask may still be around.
Yeah.
And because we're talking about voting, let's go ahead and assume those 10 minutes have passed, and Armony is once again Armony, so she can actually talk.
Well, that's an hour.
It was-
So,
Yeah, but we were walking for.
I know.
so when you say torture, does that mean with the purposes of interrogation?
I'm hoping so, because otherwise, why would you do
Just make us
Just,
feel better.
just sadistic
Why is
pleasure.
everyone voting against it? I thought the whole thing was you wanted to get information out of it.
We can, we
we'll-
can start with a non-torture.
I'm against torture, Armony. You know this about me.
We'll
Oh, I wasn't
start with,
talking to you.
yeah, we'll start with normal questions, and then if he doesn't want to answer, then you guys can go and eat some shade berries, and I'll cut off his fingers and his toes.
Well, Harmony will have to stay.
Let's see if he just gives it up first.
Yeah,
Sure.
Maybe I can frighten him like I did at the Tiamat.
Sure, that works
I feel
too.
like he'd be pretty frightened anyway. He's out in the middle of nowhere. All his friends are dead, as far as he knows. He didn't see that left those devils back there.
And he didn't do his colt any favors. He lost the mask, and he ran away from them after lying to him. So he's not in a position to try to be too greedy.
Yeah, where's he gonna go?
Also, his soul is not in his body currently, apparently.
Well, no, he was
No, that's
actually.
fine now. He's fine now.
Didn't he recover for a bit and then we knocked him on the head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gave him a heal.
healing, right?
I gave him a healing potion because he got hit by the lizard shark and then knocked him out again.
Can I gather everyone around and cast a healing spell?
Oh,
We're about to take short rest, so you may want to hold on to the spell slot.
Okay.
yeah. So I think so. The plan, I do agree. Now we should find a place to sleep through the night, not get a long rest, but get through the night, and then
And wait, why are we not going to the carriage?
because
We'd be pushing
Because the
it back,
mask-
but it's still a day away.
We're tired.
Two reasons: we could get exhaustion, and the other thing is that the mask is probably what we really want, and it might be back at that UNT fucking place that we were just at, or somewhere around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's nighttime, and we'd have to travel with a light, and there's a lot of ways to get attacked.
I didn't think we were that far away. Okay.
We're
Yeah,
days
it's like
away.
a day's travel.
We're days away from the cart. It's the middle of the night right now. We need to sleep.
So remember,
Otherwise-
a day's travel is essentially 8 hours of just traveling, not doing much else, just going in a specific direction. You guys have left the tomb and spent about 3 hours traveling, so you would presume that you're about 5 hours away from the cart at this point.
If we can find it in the middle of the night. Like, I don't know.
Right, and I'm not suggesting you push on. I'm just trying to give you an accurate idea of where you're at.
I mean, we can't. If middle of the night with dark vision, I can't even see like the mountain range behind that would give me, like a direction point, or even the river from far away or something like that.
Yeah, I think we play it safe for tonight. If he wakes up, then we start asking the tough questions.
I will take first watch because I am in the hot-blooded mood.
You keep saying that. What does that mean?
That means I am angry for
I-
purpose of goal, and nothing else gets in my way. I kill or save the dwarf. That's it.
Beside him,
Well-
you just see Rasmus shaking his head and say, Hugo, have you met an Eladrin?
No, never have.
So they're elves imbued with Feywild's natural energy, and Gale feels his emotion strongly.
Yeah, he
Based
didn't get
on-
his nappy today.
Yeah, based on whatever emotion is at the strongest of his current cycle, it reflects in his physical appearance, as well as his abilities.
This
Right
is
now,
a,
he's
it's just a
summer.
troublesome cycle right now.
No, summer is a little tricky because he can either be really happy or really agitated. So it's a little bit of a,
I'm sorry, Gail, I didn't know.
We just
Yeah.
don't want the winter to come out. If winter time shows itself, then we just give Gale 8 hours of peace. His favorite foods, get him some ale.
Well, does someone want to take the watch with Gail in order to keep him company?
Nope.
In case Verum wakes up and his
Well,
blood
I'm just
boils
gonna-
and he stabs him in the face.
I'm just gonna take an hour here to mend my wounds, so I'll be awake while Gale is on his watch, and I'll be with Verum.
Alright.
Are you guys in bed yet? It's time to sleep.
So just to set the scene here, you guys have put a sort of encampment here near the thicket where all the shade berries are, trying to use this as sort of like natural cover. Obviously, it's still wet here because of how much the rain came down, but visually, if things were walking at a distance, they might not see you through the thicket. So you're, kind of nearby the thicket of shade berries in this area. Gale's going to take first watch, and you said you're going to do this for 4 hours. Rasmus is going to be up for another hour as he spends one of his remaining short rests, and the rest of you guys are going to try to sleep.
Could I spend the short rest while sleeping, or would I have to stay up?
You have to spend it first before sleeping.
Okay, then I would have to stay up too. I want to.
Okay, so both Spectre and Rasmus are up then.
Hugo's going to sleep.
Okay, so we will assume then that Gale, Rasmus, and Spectre are awake. Gale, once your 4 hours are up, who are you planning to wake up?
Well, I think that Rasmus, you need to sleep, so not you. And I think Spectre needs to sleep, so not you. So I will wake up my leader, Kurtu, because he needs to show leadership.
Adam, did I successfully get a short rest during that period of his watch?
Not quite yet. So I just want to make sure I
Okay.
know what the plan is. So for the first hour, we've got Rasmus, Spectre, and Gale all awake. And then after that hour, Rasmus and Spectre are both going to sleep. Gale remains up for the next 3 hours. Then he wakes up Kurtu. And then Kurtu, are you taking the next, probably not 4 hours, right? Because you want to sleep soundly as well. So are you taking a 2-hour watch and then waking somebody else up?
I'll take a 2 hour, and I'm going to need a short rest sometime
I
during
got
the
it.
next 4 hours too.
I can do a watch as well, Adam.
Okay, so you're volunteering then for the last 2 hours.
Yep, sure.
And do you have some special ability that you don't have to get a full night's sleep?
No, but I will take the risk on advantage or on exhaustion and get the short rest in, and then just go from there.
Okay, sounds good. So of this 8 hours, first I'm going to ask a volunteer to roll me a D8.
A D8
Hugo.
is my superiority die.
Sure. I like Hugo doing it, but go
Go
for it.
Hugo. You do
We're
it.
all afraid to roll a 1d8.
Why?
Because
I don't know.
Because that's
oh
when the
no, you
encounter
rolled a
comes back.
2.
Oh, not the 2.
So
God
this
damn.
occurs during the second hour. So hour 1 passes by. Rasmus and Spectre both get your short rest in, so feel free to recharge your HP. Then you go to sleep, and only Gale is still awake. So as the two of you are sleeping, Gale, you're the only one awake. During the second hour here, so say at like the 1 hour and 45 minute mark, somewhere around there, you don't hear anything, but you notice just visually this sort of spectral presence that is fluttering through the woods. It's hard to make out exactly what it is right away. It's more through the thicket, I should say, because there's not necessarily trees here. But you notice almost like this shine, and it moves and has a vaguely humanoid form, and it seems to be moving right on the outskirts of the trees here. Is there anything that you do immediately?
Well, I don't want to stand up and make a bunch of noise, but I am going to watch. Is it getting behind me, or is it just in front of me still a little bit?
It's like 30 feet in front of you, past part of the thicket.
I will stay seated on log, and grumbling at myself for being such a douchebag, and then I will continue to watch the ghost.
Okay, so you watch it as best you can. After about another minute or two, you notice like the ghostly presence here seems to move through the thicket, and suddenly you see a form emerges, partially through the thicket and partially still in the thicket. The head really is the only thing you see here, maybe part of the neck, as it pokes out from this thicket area. And as it does, I'm going to go ahead and show that to the recording as well. This is what you see, and you notice in a very slow motion, the hand rises, and you see this perhaps almost like bridal gown type material wavers a bit in the wind, and you see it brings a finger to its mouth, and it says, "Shh."
So I will stand up quietly, and then I will glare and I will nod up and down like, okay?
The hand extends out now in a very slow pace, and when it stretches out to its full length, it motions in a "come here" gesture.
Did I look behind me? Do I see anything? Any other ghosts behind me?
No, but you do hear.
I will walk up and I will say, what do you want? I'm not going to get within 15 feet and say, what do you want? Softly.
You see the finger once again goes very slowly to the mouth, shh, and motions for you to follow. And you see the form starts to fade back through the thicket very slowly.
I am not following. There's no way Gale is going to follow a ghost in the middle of the forest with my friends back there, and I'm in quite a hot-blooded mood. So I will just say, sorry, I'm not going to follow, and I'll walk back and sit right back on my log.
Okay, you return to the log and sit down, and you see like the presence is gone for a few moments, perhaps 5 minutes or so. Then you see the brightness seems to return, and once again you see the form's head sticks out, and this time you see the hand very slowly going to the veil. It starts to reach at the cloth of the veil to start to raise it.
I will stand up and look very intently at the veil.
As you stand up, you notice the pulling up of the veil stops, and the other hand stretches forth and motions in a "follow me" gesture.
Oh my goodness. I check my watch. 13 minutes left on my watch. I will follow a little bit.
All right, as you begin to approach, you notice once again the form vanishes through the thicket as though it's being like unstuck or bubbles are just getting pulled back. As you move around the area of the thicket, you see this ghostly presence is now perhaps 50 feet away from you, and its head is just turned and looking in your direction, and the hand once again just motions for you to approach.
There's no way you're going to get me to leave the camp, Adam. That's not going to happen.
Her name's not Adam.
I'm going to... So how far away from the camp am I now?
Right now, you're only like 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to say, I can't leave my friends. I point behind my shoulder. I can't leave my friends. You're going to have to come closer. Motion.
You notice the form looks at you once again and stretches a hand out, pointing further away from you. Its head turns to look in that direction, and it turns back and looks at you, and you notice the veil suddenly becomes very straight against the skin, and you can see through this, at the edge of your vision, a face filled with panic and perhaps desperation as it seems to be pointing away from you.
What is she trying to communicate to me?
Hard to say, but give me an blind insight check, and we'll see if maybe you pick anything up.
Is Gale smarter than Brian?
Based on that roll, I hope not. So you get the impression that she wants you to see something.
Where's she pointing? Further away from camp, or next to camp, or
further
behind?
Away from camp. So she's 50 feet away from you. She's pointing further away from her.
I will go 50 feet from camp. I will walk up to her. I will walk up right.
As you start approaching her, you notice her head turns and she continues moving in that direction. So you start approaching. Once you're like 40 feet, then she's 40 feet away from you. So as you're approaching her, she continues leading you away. You realize you're at the 50-foot-ish mark, and she's about another 50 feet away from you at this point, and you see her looking downwards. There's like a little bit of a ridge here, and you see she's looking down, and then she looks back at you, and once again she motions downward.
No, it's outside my dark vision, I'm assuming. Do I see it?
She's at the edge of your dark vision, so whatever she's pointing to, you don't see, but you can see that the ground goes and then kind of drops away, so you assume there's some kind of a drop there.
I look behind. Do I see any other disturbances at my camp?
Give me a blind check.
Let me scroll up to my button.
You can still hear Rasmus snoring.
That goat can snore through anything. All right, Adam, you got me. I'll walk up to the thing and look down.
All right, you approach another 50 feet or so, getting to this edge, and you see she doesn't move any farther, so you're able to get fairly close to her, and you see she points down, and you notice there's a bit of a ridge here. It goes down perhaps 20 feet or so. You notice at the bottom here, with your dark vision, it's hard to see much, but you see a lot of like leaves and other debris seem to be all gathered in this area.
I look at her and shrug my shoulders like, what? I'm stupid. What you point at?
You see she turns her head ever so slowly towards you and then looks back down and holds her hand out, and this time you almost feel, it's maybe a feeling or a sound, it's hard to say, but almost like this desperate utterance coming from her.
In for a penny, in for a pound, dude, I think.
Okay, so now I've committed 100 feet from the camp. I will climb down 20 feet and die.
All right, you climb down this ridge, doing so carefully, and because you're not in the moment of combat, this is not too difficult as you're moving down very slowly. As you get to the bottom, you notice you're just in this kind of pile of natural debris. Again, leaves, some bits of vines, and just a whole bunch of tall grasses, all this kind of thing. The smell of like water is pretty prominent here. As you know, you're fairly close to the river, and of course it's been raining a ton. But yeah, there's just this big pile of debris at your feet.
I look up at her.
Her hand is still pointing right down, like where you're currently standing, and you
Oh,
can see
God.
the veil with the wind. The wind's not really strong, but every time the breeze picks up, the veil just gets like wrapped to her face really tightly, and she's just pointing down there.
What does her face look like? Like Kurtu's face, or does it look like Bryn's face?
No, she's not. Doesn't look like her too. She looks ugly.
When the veil is really tight, you get a bit of a old woman or perhaps maybe mannish kind of face. She very wrinkled, very elderly, but it's hard to make out much more details through the veil.
Okay, so I will reach down with hand and scuttle the leaves and debris that's at my feet and die.
As you move your hands through the debris here, clumping through this muck and dead leaves and this vines and grass, suddenly your hand hits onto something solid.
Oh, what is that? I keep scraping to find what it is.
It has a long length to it and a bit of heft, but it seems to be buried a bit here in the mud.
Oh, does it look like a box or does it look like a tree log?
More like a tree log, but narrower, thinner.
I will lift up this thing and I look up her, and is she agreeing with what I'm doing?
As you start to lift it up, you notice as you look at your hand, a spider suddenly on your arm. It races up to your shoulder, and as you follow your eyes with it, you notice at the end of your hand is a staff.
And where did Spider go? I'm more concerned about Spider.
You look to your shoulder quickly to see if the spider is still there, but you do not see it.
So I lift up the staff and I look at Lady and I say, is this yours?
You look up for the woman, and she is
She's gone.
not there.
I say, oh shit! in Elvish. Or Draconic.
She's busy
Probably better in
stabbing us to
Draconic,
death
right?
over it.
And I just run my ass as fast as I can back to the camp out.
All right, you climb back up this incline, getting up to the top carefully, going in the direction that you believe is the camp. And yeah, you're right. You found
Oh,
it,
God.
and there it is.
Are we fine, or are we all
Everything
dead?
seems to be fine. It is not like you have never left before. There is a cool chill in the air, though, as you take in this breath and hold on to this staff. You can feel almost a strange, that sort of, the wind goes across the back of your neck every now and again. You get that kind of chill, sort of something like that.
So I will look at it and I will set it down at my feet and just kind of lean on my hand and look at it. And
It is
just
very finely made. It seems to be made of a wood, which comes to a bit of a point, though not a sharp point. You notice then that there is metal that seems to have been emblazoned upon it, and in this metal there are various gems. Each one of them seems to be in the shape of a bug of some kind. Some of them appear green, though those at the top are more amethyst or purple. The most prominent one is a beautiful amethyst gem that you are sure would fetch quite a hefty price.
I'm still wondering what the spider was about, but I will take it and I'm going to try to treat it like a sword and like train with it a little bit while in my last few minutes of watch.
It seems really ineffective as a sword.
I love Gale so much. I'm glad he's not dead
Aw.
yet.
Well, that's a cool staff. I think I love it. It's precious to me.
Would you say it's my precious?
Nope.
All right, so yes, as that wraps up, you only have a few minutes left in your watch, and you said you were going to then wake up Kurt too, right? Or I'm sorry, no, you said you're going to take a 4-hour watch. So is there anything else you'd like to do during the next 2 hours and 10 minutes or so before you wake up Kurt too?
Yeah, I am assuming that I do have familiarity with magic items, and however, this does seem like an item that would not be something that would fit in my pocket or scabbard. So I'm not going to do anything special with this staff of spiders, but I will just sit there and dream about the lady that I had a fan.
Okay, so yes, that time passes by as you idly watch the staff, look around in this area, You don't see anything else out of the ordinary, but you do notice almost like a sense of just calm or peace at this point. The air is a little bit cooler here, which makes you pull your clothing a bit tighter to you every now and again. But even though it's dark and there's not much really going on here, the wind kind of sways the thicket every now and again. It's almost as though maybe things have been put to right.
Well, that's very, very nice. I feel very happy. I shall wake up Kurtu. So I'm going to put my staff down into my bedroll somewhere that's far away from Rasmus, and I'm going to wake up Kurtu.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, time for you to take watch.
Has it been 6 hours already?
Of course, I am always on time. I'm an elf.
Okay, I'll take the next 2 hours. Then I get more sleep.
Adam, sometime I want to take a short rest during either this, either during my time or the next hour, the next shift or something.
You certainly can, and you have 2 full, so just recharge your HP, recharge anything you get back on a short rest, and then when you wake up, you'll have your 2 full short rests. Okay, unfortunately, that's the only eventful thing that happens this night, so the rest of the watches go uneventfully so.
Oh, Adam, can we go to my watch? Is that okay?
Sure, as long as you're not going to somehow magically discover the staff in Gale's bad roll.
No.
No, I am far away from the snoring
watch.
All right, fair enough. Yes, what would you like to do during your watch here, Rasmus?
Okay, so after Kurtu wakes me, I'm going to give it maybe 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to take a torch, and I'll just, while I'm doing a patrol, I'm going to find a good-sized tree, and drag Verum over to the tree, maybe 20 or 25 feet away from camp, and I'm just going to try to snap him awake and pull the gag out of his mouth while giving him a
so let's take this piece by piece. So when you wake up for your watch, so Kurtu wakes you up, he goes back to sleep. You had Verum nearby you, right?
Yeah, Verum's on my blanket. He's been beside me the whole night.
Okay, so essentially when you wake up and you look towards Verum, you realize he's already awake. It looks like he's probably been awake. It's hard to say for how long. The bindings are still on him. You guys said you bound his feet, his arms, and his mouth, if I remember correctly. So he's quite bound, but he is certainly awake.
Cool. Then I'll look at him and I'll give him the shush, and I will throw him over my shoulder, and with the torch I'll go, like I said, about 20 feet outside of camp so we can have a conversation without waking anybody at camp.
Okay, so 20 feet outside of camp, okay.
And I'll lean him against the wall, and I'll take the gag out of his mouth, and I'll kind of squat in front of him.
You notice his tongue moves around his mouth as though it's very dry with the gag out now, and he does a bit of a cough.
I'll give him some of my water skin.
As you put some of the water from your water skin into his mouth, you see he starts to gag and spits it out. Oh, that is terrible!
Slower. You gotta drink slower.
Where did you get that water from? The sewers?
Can you really be that picky? Do you want more?
No.
Okay. I'm Rasmus. You must be Verum.
Yes, but you already knew that.
Obviously, I said your name first, didn't I?
Obviously.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions. The way this is going to work is you're going to just give me honest answers. We don't need to do anything crazy. I don't need to take any of your fingers or chop off your ear or anything stupid like that, okay?
You notice he sort of grins at you. Oh, I can tell right away that this is not going to go well. I should let you know that I have been trained at the highest levels. No amount of intimidation or torture will have any effect on me.
Sure. Just answer my questions honestly, yeah, Verum?
Perhaps. What is your question?
We know you were looking for your mask. Did you find it?
No, I did not.
Next question is, I know that Severin is looking for you. Did you know that?
Severin is not looking for me. No, I did not know that.
He very much so is looking for you. Why do you think we came all the way down here from Waterdeep to find you before he did?
I assume it's because you found that I was there and I was an enemy target that you were trying to take out. Why exactly is Severin looking for me?
He knows you lied to him.
Give me a blind deception check.
Okie dokie.
You notice he grins once again. You'll have to try better than that, little one.
Look, I could tell by the way your face moved there. You know that I know more information than I probably should. Right? I know his name.
I also know you're full of shit and not very good at communicating it.
No, I'm not. You're right. You know what my job is in the group is to kill people. I'm the one that's taking fingers, taking heads, breaking mouths and jaws.
Save your breath.
That's why.
As I said, your threats will have no effect on me.
That's fine. You're answering my questions honestly so far. So,
And
my
keep
next question.
speaking them instead of wasting time.
Where is the rest of your cult located?
The Cult of the Worm. Well, I suppose the majority of them are at the Well of Dragons.
Okay. Who has the green mask?
Well, that, of course, would be Narenvain.
Okay. Who has the blue mask?
I don't know. Let's see. Could be a couple of different people. It's been a while since I've been in direct contact. The travel to this terrible tomb was much longer than I anticipated.
Okay. What about the black one?
I'm only familiar with the green, if I must be honest.
That's fine. Where's your mask at? You said you couldn't find it, but you were at this divination wizard's tomb, looking for it, I presume. Did you find it? Do you know where it's at least?
You notice his eyes blink and his teeth start gritting very strongly. They already found it.
So, the white dragon mask is at this well of dragons, you say?
Yes.
Then that means that the green, black, and blue are perhaps there or maybe not, but how come you know the green one? I mean, what's your connection with Narrowvein?
I've worked with him in the past.
Where's he at? Is he doing something right now, just like you?
I don't know. As you can imagine, we don't all give each other full information in case one of us is ever caught in question, he says with a grin.
It's a smart way of handling your business. But here's the thing, if you worked together before, then you must know what he's good at. What is he good at?
Narenvain?
Yeah, what's his powers?
Magic, of course. It's pretty easy to say that. Worm speakers are generally known to have magical powers.
Obviously. But does he have his mask with him? Unlike you, you were stripped of one of your greatest assets.
Last I knew, he had it, yes.
What does his mask give him the ability to do?
I don't know specifically, but of course, being the green dragon mask, it is associated with poison and such.
Do you know what happened to Eratheda, your white dragon friend?
I've heard stories.
We almost killed him. That was our group.
Oh, well, then good for confirming that, because I had heard he might have been slain.
He's not dead. He ran away. But
Oh,
he
well,
was working.
that's bad news for you, because then you might have to deal with 2 ancient white worms.
Sure. But my concern now is if Narenvain has this special mask, does he have any connection to any kind of green dragon? I mean, you guys are pretty chromatic with your
Of
system.
course, we are all associated with dragons.
Tell me about his dragon.
I know very little, to be honest, but yes, a great green dragon, of course.
Name?
I cannot say. I do not know. You see, the cult works and tries to limit the amount of information. We tried to find the strongest, the biggest of the ancient dragons to serve as each worm speaker's attaché, you might say. But, well, sometimes there's changes in the ranks.
Probably will have to find someone new to wear the white one, since your position as White Worm Speaker will no longer be yours.
Well, I think that would be obvious now, wouldn't it?
It would. Alright, Verum. Well, you give me enough answers that I feel like I don't need to take your fingers or toes, but I do have one last thing I'd ask you to tell me about.
Speak.
And I'm gonna go into my bag and I'm gonna retrieve that blue scepter. We tried to magically find out what this was. We took it off some members of your cult as they were trouncing through the woods. Do you know what it is?
It looks like perhaps there's been some advancements in my time traveling. A scepter of projection?
That makes sense. It projected a blue dragon that was almost corporal.
Almost, but not quite. But it does have the ability to allow a dragon to be sort of in two places at once. Quite convenient, I'm sure.
If one of us tries to be able to use it, will it adversely affect us?
I doubt you have the capacity to master such an item. But even if you did, the attached dragon doesn't just go along without any choice in the matter.
I appreciate your information. And then I'll shove the rag back in his mouth. This time I'm not going to be nice. I'm just going to drag him by his feet bindings through the dirt back to camp.
Okay, you do so.
And I'll wait out the rest of the night until it's time to wake everybody up.
Okay, we will fast forward to morning then, as the team is waking up, starting to take care of some of their morning rituals, maybe grabbing a bite to eat when, wouldn't you know it, but the rations on your person look to be spoiled. As you look into your water skins, and you specifically, Rasmus, as you realized, or you recalled that Verum spoke about how terrible the water tasted, it smells just very off.
Yeah, that's fine. We're close to the river and we're a day away from our cart, so.
Alright, everybody, wake up. Cartu. Hey, Cartu.
Is this time for my watch again?
No. It's time for us to go, but I want you to know on my watch I went and questioned Verum. You're the leader, and, I figured I should tell you first.
Just tell us all at the same time while we're walking to the cart, so that way we all know everything. But thank you for acknowledging my leadership and the importance of notification. Thank you.
Yep. Alright. Gale! Hey, wake up.
I'm up. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, don't drink your waters or your rations. It's spoiled overnight somehow. It's gross.
Should we delete them from our character sheet?
You can, yes.
All of my rations? I have 25 rations in my person.
If they're on your person, then they are all spoiled. If any of you left anything in the cart, well, you'll have to find out once you get back to the cart.
I definitely did not. We're all gonna die out here. I don't have anything to eat.
Don't panic. We just woke up. You have plenty of time to find stuff.
We have an entire day. before this.
Look,
Wait.
I know there's a river nearby, and because I saw the river Yeah.
I'm already starving.
Gail, well, hang on. Gail, do you want to tell us about this staff thing you have here with all these jewels? What is this?
So,
Well,
Gail, are you hiding the staff, or give me an idea of what you're doing? Is there any way
I'm
to tell?
I'm trying to hide the staff. I don't know how I can. So I guess maybe I'd be like, well, this
Climbing
stuff.
in his back and it's sticking out from behind.
Yeah.
You hid it under my blanket. I laid on it all night, man.
Yeah, so everyone is very important. I got bored last night because you guys were happily sleeping, and I found the stick by some bunch of leaves, and a spider crawled up my shoulder, and then I found staff. But I don't think this is for me. Maybe I give to Kirk too because you are our leader. This is a staff that looks very valuable.
I think it looks neat. Hugo, I think don't you have the magic to be able to kind of tell what it is?
Oh yeah, yeah. I can.
I didn't do anything with it. I didn't, except I pretended like it was sword, but I did nothing to focus on anything about
It
it.
looked like a sword, silly.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little bulbous to be a sword.
See, there's a surprise, Adam, with the name of this staff, right? You know.
Oh, I guess while we're talking about that, one of the questions I asked Verum is if he knew about that scepter. It's called a scepter of projection, is what he said. And essentially, it allows an ancient dragon to be in two places at once.
Is he currently awake, the dwarf?
Yeah, he's up, and I'll kick him in the stomach.
He grunts as you kick him.
Hugo looks him in the eyes and sort of looks over at Rasmus. Why did he say he was here?
Didn't ask that question. Oh, no, I did ask that question. He was using that pool. Did it like we thought. It was confirmed our suspicions. He was trying to find his mask. He didn't find it, but he didn't find it himself. It's already been taken by the cult. But he called him the cult of the worm, which was new to me, right? We haven't heard that yet, just cult of the dragon. But he referred to it as cult of the worm, and he said that they're all at the Well of Dragons. Have you ever heard of this place?
I don't think so.
There's like a well of dragons in the middle of the earth.
I assume it's like a location.
Also, it's like an alliteration or something that Leroy used.
Yeah. Gail, you know how wizards are naming their places.
I do not know how wizards are. Nerd's the only one I've known.
Yeah.
And outside of that, Verum's been away from his cult for a long time. He doesn't know who the black worm speaker is. He doesn't know who the blue worm speaker is. But he did tell me about the green worm speaker. A man, or I guess I didn't ask him what type of creature it was, but someone named Narrow Vein.
Well, he's still there, holding his belly because you kicked him with your foot.
He seems truthful to you.
I didn't have to cut anything off. I didn't have to beat him up. It didn't seem like he was giving me wrong answers. And to be honest, I don't think he's in a position. He knows that if we let him go and I turn and look at him, then the cult will surely kill him for giving us this information.
If
I
he
was
doesn't,
just double
I will
checking
defend.
real quick to see if there's any knowledge specific about the Well of Dragons. There is a small amount. If anybody's proficient in history and would like to make a blind check, feel free to do so.
Adam, with my background and all, would that help?
I'm
not
rely
proficient.
on you to make the decision. This would be historical information about dragons. So if you think so, then sure, make a check.
So what I would ask is if it's regional or not, because I'm a far traveler.
It is
So
regional. Yes, this is a location that's somewhat close by, I'll say.
Okay, yeah. Then it probably wouldn't make sense because my guy comes from a land far, far away.
From a land down under. I'm just
Radio.
kidding. That was part of the joke.
He
Never
wants
mind.
a Vegemite sandwich, is what he wants.
But luckily, Hugo rolled high enough there. So, Hugo, the Well of Dragons is a caldera of an extinct volcano at the northern end of the Sunset Mountains. You would know the Sunset Mountains to be, and I'll reveal this on the map. Down here. For reasons no mortal understands, many dragons reaching the end of their lives come to the Well of Dragons to die and have been doing so for millennia.
Oh yeah, the Well of Dragons. It's basically like supervillain lair stuff. Volcano that's gonna explode any moment. Dragons go there to die.
And again, you wouldn't know the exact location, but approximately north Sunset Mountains.
The northern part of the Sunset Mountains. Right, Verum. Isn't that right? He looks him dead in the eyes.
He's looking down at his stomach where he was just recently kicked, but looks up towards you and just kind of narrows his eyes as his mouth is currently gagged.
Varum's whole thing when I was speaking to him was, oh, I don't have the knowledge or the power, and I've got good friends, Varum, as well as an entire council of people who are trying to stop you. We'll figure out everything you guys are trying to do, and if we have to, we'll kill you all.
On that note, we should probably get moving. Most of our food stores are spoiled. We'll need to replace our water, which can be done at the river. But
Yeah, and also I think we have a barrel of water, if that's not spoiled as well.
we have a bunch of stuff in the cart. Someone probably left rations behind, right?
Yeah, we left rations and the barrel of water, so...
Oh, how many, and where are those recorded?
On the wagon. I don't remember. Hang on, I've got it in my book.
Okay, fair enough. While you're doing that bookkeeping to see if you can find that, is there anything else anybody would like to do other than pack up and continue on your way?
Well, I would like to lead them to the river where we can refill our water skins with fresh flowing water.
Okay, you lead the team to the river in the Serpent's Hill here. Doesn't take you long to get there with the sun out, the sound of the river pretty close by. You travel and you get there, and you can see the water running in a southwesterly direction.
Now we at least have water, and we can survive without food for a while. But
I
the
have a
water
spell slot
we need.
left.
We can't survive without food for
Yes,
long.
no, calm down.
Okay.
We're gonna be fine.
Starting to think we might need to use the scroll here, guys.
Let's play it by ear.
I mean,
Wait.
look, we already found these shade berries, so I'm sure there's other food for us to eat. I can go hunting.
That was a
We-
prank. I was pranking Gale. You shouldn't eat those things.
Are you going to try to identify this weird staff that has a spider crawled up my shoulder?
Oh yeah. Sorry, give it to me.
Well, there, you can have it. And I'll put the fruit down at your feet too. I don't know, maybe you can tell. I don't know how magic works. I'm just putting it down.
I wouldn't keep the fruit. That area there made our food go yucky. Even the bugs wouldn't eat that crap. And I'm not even gonna eat it. That's saying something.
Hugo's gonna take the extra time to ritually cast Identify on the staff.
Okay, you spend 10 minutes or so ritually identifying the staff when the knowledge becomes permanent in your mind. I'll go ahead and add the mechanics of the staff to the description and the item. And you can find that item in your handout section under the items folder under PCs.
Seems quite good.
Yeah, basically you become king of the bugs when you use this stuff.
I don't want to use it. I am king of the sword.
Virtue's already kind of an insect. We can give it to him.
No, I don't. That quarterstaff is too big for me.
Yeah, but
AKA, I can't use it really all that much because I have like a negative on my strength.
but it's less about swinging it and more about, I think you could summon a giant spider that you'll ride around into battle, too.
Right, but I would, out of character, I would just say also that it probably wouldn't really work for me as much because I do have a wand already that I do the damage thing. I mean, not saying I couldn't carry it, but I just don't think I would get as much use out of it.
Oh, Harmony. You love bugs.
I love
Yeah.
all creatures.
It's perfect for Harmony.
I don't have much strength either, not gonna lie, but
Why do we need strength? I'm not reading anything that has to do
Looks
with.
more like a caster weapon to me.
Yeah, where are you guys getting strength from? It only says charges.
oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I looked it up on D&D Beyond, so
Yeah,
maybe
no.
it's different. Maybe it's different than that
Yeah,
one.
read the handout that Adam gave us. It has nothing to do with being a weapon.
Yeah, it's got 10 charges, and you can expend a certain amount of charges to do different things. You can either summon a giant spider, or you can use it to summon insect plague.
Yeah, she's a druid though. Kind of works for her. I looked up a different one then.
And you would have to. You have that war mage thing too, right?
Me?
No,
Because of
Kurtu.
wands, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
A
have,
wand
I
of the
have-
war mage,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
which
Well,
is like
Harmony-
a +1.
Well,
I got
Harmony,
confused because I have Warcaster.
Harmony, if you want to attune to it, I could take a short rest, and then we could benefit from that by the
Why don't
river.
we secure our water first before we do anything?
Yeah, let's have a little picnic by the water.
So you guys are at the water, and Gale, I'm assuming because he said he led you there, he's filled his water skin from the river water. Is that what the rest of you are doing as well?
Truth.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hugo puts
I'll-
his iodine tablets in it.
Is that right?
That's a wizard thing to do.
So I'm assuming everybody right now has water from the Serpent's Tail stream. That's what I'm assuming, unless you tell me you have other water somewhere.
No, I mean
Can I give
unless
it like
there's
a
some
smell
other
test?
way
Smell
for
it
us
the
to get it.
same?
Is it still raining? Can we set up some tarps?
It is not raining
Yeah.
now. It ended raining last night. So, yeah, the ground is still damp, of course, but no, it's not actively raining.
Can I double check just to make sure it's okay to drink?
How would you like to double check?
Use my training in nature to determine if it has like
Feed
an
it to
off
Verum
smell. Or
Okay, yeah, I'll go
or
for that. So
coloration.
nature check, absolutely. Yeah, give me a blind check.
Could also just dump it down Verum's mouth.
That's what I was gonna say.
So with
See.
that check, I would say
I can-
as you're
I can
looking...
assist too.
Whoops, sorry.
Sorry.
Harmony, what was that?
I'm proficient in nature too, so I could help.
Oh, okay, excellent. So we will give advantage to Hugo then, as both Harmony and Hugo examine the water here and see if they can determine anything here. I would say, Hugo, what you know is that a lot of river water, unless it's from like a really pristine kind of source, it can like upset the stomach, that sort of thing. Usually minor kind of stuff. As you examine this water, you don't notice anything particularly bad, but yes, you would know that if you drink it, you would run the risk of having some minor effects, as it has like maybe some kind of parasites, that sort of thing in the water. If you boiled it, spent some time doing that, then you'd be okay.
I've got an iron pot.
Yeah, we can boil water. And...
I bought this when we were traveling through this place called the Sea of Moving Ice. But there was just a bunch of ice.
Oh,
We didn't have to use it,
actually
but I
very
still got it.
clean water.
Yeah, but
You
here's
said,
the pot.
Gale, this is very clean water, is that what you said?
No, I said ice. Ice is very clean water.
Oh, I thought that was another prank on Gale. Okay.
Yeah, why don't we? Yeah, I'll scoop a big pot full of water up at him and bring it back up to the bank for us. And I don't. I mean, I could light a fire if we wanted to, guys.
Well, is Harmony wanting to get to know her staff better?
We should spend an hour. Yes, we should.
Well, I'm asking
Cure this
Harmony.
water.
Do you want to know the staff better, Harmony?
I can do it whenever we're chilling for 10 minutes.
It
It would
takes an
help.
hour,
It would help me to chill for an hour as well, actually.
and I could benefit from an hour of just skipping rocks on the river.
Sure, let's move a little
I
bit
know
away
it's-
so we don't get eaten by crocodiles or some shit.
Hugo, do you think that maybe you could see if you could connect to this scepter of projection?
Well, hang on. He said we might not be able to control it, right? And I'm sure you disclosed everything he said to us, so...
Sure, yes. But here's my thing, we don't have to fight, right? What if we used it to call the dragon forth and ask it questions?
The dragon is under no obligation to listen to you, and then maybe it decides to, yes.
Maybe it
That's
knows
a
where we are.
reason to answer, maybe.
It could be great information, whether he gives us... he could tell us his name, there's a ton of things that could happen.
Well, if I'm fighting Agent Red Blue Dragon, can we do it after I rest for a while?
I don't see the point of doing this right now.
No, not right now, but I still think we should be able to use it.
I'll give it a shot. It's just a projection, right?
It's
Just a projection.
That did 50 damage to me in a single attack. but-
It's not just a yes, it hurt very badly.
It's just a living projection. It wasn't
well-
fun.
It probably
Yeah.
knows where we are too. Then after you locate the beacon.
No, hang on. I asked Verum if they would have adverse effects if somebody tried to use it that wasn't part of the cult, and he said we probably couldn't because we're so weak and not magically inclined, but probably not. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but adverse
He also
effects.
said the dragon has its free will, and the dragon, if it finds out we're working against the cult, if it's working for the cult, it just turns on us and attacks us. Hope you know how to turn it off. If you do
Yeah,
that.
I'll try to figure it out a little bit more.
I don't see the point of taking this risk.
not right now, but it's good to have it.
I'm willing to try it. I always like to try new magical items.
And not to mention, it was a 5% encounter that we received this incredible magic item from. So maybe we should try to figure something out.
Out of character.
So I'll sit down with I'll sit down with Harmony away from everybody, and I'll say, Harmony, this is a very special staff. I haven't told everybody, but I had a vision of a person who pointed it out right here. You see the leaves over there? So this is very powerful. Not as powerful as the ring you gave me, but focus on its abilities. I believe in you.
Okay. I will.
Okay, I will.
I was planning on doing it at my first opportunity, and thank you so much for being so generous.
You should do it now, and I will. And I look over my shoulders. Don't tell them that I followed a vision to here. It's our secret.
I find that very alarming that you did that. We were all
While
unconscious.
he was supposed to be watching us.
No, I could see you guys just right over there.
Okay,
Alright.
maybe don't follow strange women into the dark anymore, okay?
So as we're at the end of our time here, guys, I just want to do a quick recap of the end here. So we've got both Gale and Harmony kind of off, kneeling down, doing a short rest here, relaxing. Harmony, you're going to attune to this new staff that has been provided to you. Kurtu, you're at the edge of the water, fishing with Mage Hand, Mind Sliver, and Minor Illusion. Is there anything else in particular anybody's doing during this time that I missed?
I'm also going to try to fish, but I don't want to throw Kurtus off, so I'll go to my own little spot and try to catch fish with javelins, and
How
then
far
I'll give
away
Hugo...
do you want to be from Kurtu? Like way far away or close by?
No, like 25 feet, like within vision, but I don't want to mess up his little illusion game that he's got going on with my...
Is
You
anybody
know what I mean?
else fishing?
No, but I want to not be away from the group, but be kind of looking back the way we came, because we still think there might be bounty hunters after us. So I want to be with the group, but like paying attention specifically to that direction to see if I can like hear anything on the wind or anything that might indicate that we're being followed.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Rasmus and Kurtu, both roll me a d20, please. Kurtu, as you're using your combination of Mage Hand, Mind Sliver, and Minor Illusion, trying to basically, I imagine this like using an illusion of like a smaller fish that gets a bigger fish, and you're kind of doing this and then snapping them with Mind Sliver and like, you know, kind of going out there and scooping them in. You notice that the river here kind of starts shallow and then it goes deep really quick. And your second or third bout of doing this fishing, as you send a little illusion, you notice a large serpent-like head snaps out. Suddenly, a very large body with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 heads bursts forth from the water. And that, folks, is where we will go ahead and end our session for tonight.
Yep.
And on that note, I don't want to actually catch fish. I changed my mind.
Adam, I didn't
good luck
catch
with that.
anything.
We'll get to your
You got the
fishing
big
at
one.
We'll get to your fishing at the beginning of the next session, but yes, that's where we'll go ahead and pick up next week. So hope everybody enjoyed this session. We'll see everybody next week to see what exactly that is, and see as the group continues on their travel overland in the cart, assuming they get to it and make their way back, and had that same route we discussed before. Any changes to that, feel free to discuss in Discord between now and next session to get me on the know. Otherwise, everybody have a great night. We'll see you all next week.
Good job, everybody.
Have a good one, folks. Enjoy.
Good
Have a
session,
week.
everybody.
No, y'all.